That's it. That's all I got. We're live.
Opening.
What expect that?
I clicked the wrong button, to be honest.
Dale's so depressed he doesn't even know what button to click.
Once it went off, I was just like, hell with it.
Hold on a second, Dan.
Oh my goodness! You should just play the intro now.
This is hell, guys. Honestly, I got nothing exciting. I don't know how I clicked the wrong button. All right, here's the intro.
Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle, we unite and tripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move, I can now who wanna move, crossing on. Now who wanna move out on. If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite.
Was that better?
We played the intro. No,
Hey.
really, all I have was the intro up on the top, and then the subtle flex is below it, and somehow I clicked that one. Oh, man.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, what a fucking week, right?
Yeah, it's been a great week, man.
Greg, we all bitched a little bit yesterday when you weren't on here.
Your turn.
So, what's your thoughts on free agency so far?
We need that positivity that Greg's
Well, I
always got.
I got my golf swing going and all that. I'm doing good. You know, work's been doing good. Everything else has been doing okay. But the Bengals, you know, I got high hopes.
I don't.
Well, you maybe just got
last time,
high.
come on, man, whatever happened to that energy we had last Sunday, man, with Mike Gesicki, man. I mean, you were positive. Nah, Dale, I don't blame you, man.
I thought that was going to be the start of, a really good week. Honestly.
I know, Dale. I'll just go ahead and say, you know me, y'all know me. You've seen me post on Twitter and all that recently. I mean, I'll never stop loving this team, but as of right now, man, this is hell to go through right now as a fan. It really is. I mean, I'll still be supportive. I still support the players. I still love a lot of things about the Bengals, but right now, man, not good. But I still got my high hopes.
Well, hold on. I didn't know, but I could answer everybody right here. Look at this. Ask about the Bengals offseason.
Go ahead, ask.
Ask a question, Dale, for free agency.
Will we get Tevin Jenkins or not?
All right. Well, that's yes or no. Will we get Tevin Jenkins?
Okay.
Don't count on it.
No.
And you know why we probably shouldn't count on it? Because we saw today that he is visiting with the Seattle Seahawks on Monday. So I'm guessing they're going to sign him pending his physical.
Well,
you know
hopefully
what?
we can get him in Sunday.
A little insight on that from watching Jeff's show yesterday after we got done on here and listening to you guys talk to that agent is the medical issue. So I wondered when you guys were talking about that, I was wondering, does he have a medical issue? Like, what's the holdup? Because it seemed like when you guys were talking about it, maybe if his agent is going to say they want you to do medical, don't do medical. Why? Why don't they want you to do medical? I started thinking like that. Now, I'm not saying I don't want Tevin Jenkins. I'm just saying it put a little thought in my head. Like, if that's the holdup is the medical stuff because he doesn't want to go. Well, he's going to Seattle, so maybe he's seeing the doctors there.
Yeah.
But if that's the holdup, why? Because do I want someone with medical issues? I don't know.
Well, he had medical issues. I looked it up too last night, Chop, too. He had medical issues with his back, I think, coming out of college.
Yeah.
I think that's what scared the Bengals. I don't know. Maybe that scared some people.
Well, originally a lot of people thought he'd be a first-round pick, and that's what dropped him to the second round, too.
But nothing in the NFL is injury?
He's
had some injuries.
Not really.
He's never made it through a complete full season, I don't believe.
No.
He's never played 1,000 snaps in a season, but he's had,
but nothing big.
Yeah. 2 or 3 years. So.
Nothing big. So it is what it is. Oh, about we got that with Jenkins, but Scherf, What is there any medical issues with him? Why don't they
No.
just?
Yeah,
sign
I
him?
mean, he was injured a lot before he signed with Jacksonville, but then he stayed healthy in his time at Jacksonville, which was 3 or 4 years. So it's
Right.
like, he's been pretty healthy the last few years. So
Well, my question is, Will Fries, he had injury issues as well, and the Vikings wasted no time giving him all that money. That's what I'm confused by a little bit.
Well, the Vikings are a little different. They wouldn't spend a ton of money. They did the exact opposite of what the Bengals are doing.
I mean, even the Cowboys are spending money. I just seen before the show started, they signed Dante Fowler as well, another edge guy. I'm still mad about the Josh Uche contract, less than $2 million. Plus, they put in 4 void years on a less than $2 million contract, so they could spread the cap hit.
Back to the guards, Sheriff and Risner, aren't they both right guards? Because that's the thing with Tevin Jenkins. He's the only left guard left on the market, right?
As far as I know, and Will Hernandez, I think, played right guard, but I'd have to look.
Well, I like Will Hernandez, too. I was a big fan of coming out in the draft. I know he's not up there with Jenkins and Sheriff, but I still like Will Hernandez with his pass blocking skills.
And I'm pretty sure Risner is left guard, Greg. So Jenkins. So I would you could still get Risner and Sheriff, and I'd be like, cool, let's roll it.
Let's do that, man.
Even if they're both 1-year deals.
So you guys had the agent on Jesse yesterday, so I'm confused here. So I hear multiple reports. We can't sign anybody because of the T tag and all that. Then I hear we still can sign Buddy. We still can sign players right now. I'm confused. Do we not have money to spend right now because of the situation with T and the cap? What's going on?
It seems like we do have money to spend, regardless of T. His 26 is accounted for. Now, if they were going to give Trey more money, then that's less they would have on the cap. But we don't know exactly what they have on the cap, I don't think, at this point.
But we do have Midwest Best Barbecue and the Chop Shop, proud sponsors of this show. That's what we do have. And speaking of Midwest Best, we hope to see you all there tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. for a live show there.
You can drown your sorrows in barbecue.
And they will have ribs, and I believe also, I got to check this. I think they helped you out, Chop. They will be having.
They did. I already read it, Greg.
Yeah,
Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and
And
grits.
guess what? This isn't rib weekend. It's not shrimp and grits weekend. It's a special weekend. It's a special day just for the show.
Which I'm glad we planned it. We thought it was rib weekend originally.
I know.
We screwed up in the first place.
I think next weekend is rib weekend.
No, it's always the third Saturday, March 1st, then March 8th. March 15th is the third Saturday.
Well, we should have known. Greg, you should have corrected us. You know the Midwest Best math.
Yeah, Neil, you and I went over this. Remember, we said what's rib weekend in March? March 15th. No, we knew it was going to be rib weekend.
No, it was supposed to be, but it's actually next weekend, they said, Greg.
Anyway, special for the show.
We screwed up. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
But for the show tomorrow, ribs,
still
shrimp and grits, along with their wings, pulled pork, and Dale's favorite, the brisket. And Dale's going to be trying the new boneless wings. Grippo.
Yeah, the boneless Grippo.
Yeah, you had those yet, Jeff?
I have not had the boneless yet. No, I will be checking that out tomorrow. So do I need to? So I had to go drop my truck off. I had to get all my equipment out of the truck. It's in my house. Do I need to bring mine? Or are you guys good?
I mean, what is it? Just speakers, basically?
No,
I don't know what all.
Speakers, switchboard.
It's the whole broadcasting thing.
That's Chop seen it. It's a lot to bring. I mean, I could bring it if you guys need it. If you think you'd be all right, I don't.
I mean, I don't know what we got except. I mean, this is good for everybody in the chat. We can chat this out on here, but. I mean, this is how free agency's going. Everybody gets to see the inner fucking workings. You're seeing the sausage made about a fucking live broadcast tomorrow. Bring your shit, Jeff, because Derek got 4 lavalier mics and we got a laptop. That's it. So if you got something beyond that, we could probably use it.
Okay.
On to the Bengals. Continue with the free agency because it's fantastic.
Also bring Jeff, bring Chop a 4 Loco.
Oh, God.
Now, I got to drive home, Greg. That is not a good idea.
Have Jeff drive you home. Jeff can drive you home.
He's not leaving big fancy out there.
Listen, if there's beer for sale anywhere we go, Jeff ain't driving me home.
Well, we can just stop and get some on the way home. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I titled this Bengals Plan. Jeff, what the hell do you think the Bengals plan is?
Well, I tweeted this out for my show. Let me read this if I can find it because I thought this was pretty clever. Let's see here. Let me bring it up here. Where is that? Oh yeah, breaking. The Bengals free agency strategy is to do absolutely nothing.
Oh, that seems accurate.
No signings, no trade, no T, no help for Burrow, no nothing. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, just wait it out, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come here because of Joe. I got to tell you, man, the Joe factor ain't working this free agency. Everybody wants to play with Joe. Okay.
Well, Joe didn't make the
Chop,
playoffs.
I'd like to
Look
play with
legit.
you, Chop.
What's that?
I'd like to play with you.
Well, get over here, Greg, because I'm off tonight. Give me that happy ending.
I'll give you that happy ending.
I could use something to smile
Hey,
about.
Chop, I'll give you a smooth happy ending.
I hope so, man.
Jeff, you want a happy
something to cheer
ending?
me up.
I'm already happy. I'm good.
Dale, you want a happy ending?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh!
Yeah, and I'm just not on camera, guys, because I'm honestly just not feeling like being on camera. I just feel like shit today, man. It's like, I mean, all the rum I drank yesterday didn't probably help.
Yeah, you were still tweeting when I woke up to go to work. So
Yeah, well, Marissa still had stuff to work on for work, so like I'm sitting in there and it's like 11:30, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking call off work tomorrow, so fuck it. And I just stayed up all night.
I got off and Dale called me and we talked to like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Bullshitting. Mainly just talking shit about Jeff, but wait.
Oh, I honestly couldn't tell you what we talked about.
Dale doesn't even remember that.
It was just a bunch of math equations, Dale.
You remember?
Yeah.
Okay,
Here's the way the conversation went. What the fuck are they doing? Who fucking knows, man? Fuck these guys. God damn it. Well, what the fuck are they doing even? Man, they ain't doing shit. That's pretty much it went like
Dale, I'll just reveal myself. I mean, I know this was a secret name, but I think Sasquatch Clemens has to make a trip down to Paycor Stadium.
I know. Sasquatch Clemens needs to go down there and get this shit ironed out. That is Greg's secret identity.
Yeah.
Well, it's not secret anymore. He just told
I know. That's what he was going to say it the other day. And I said, Greg, it's a secret. You can't say it.
Yeah, well, who cares? There's no point going down anymore. So, yeah, Sasquatch Clemens, though, man, he's gonna raise some hell.
You think they already left for the weekend?
Probably in Switzerland or Germany that one time during the middle of the season when they didn't trade Dalton.
I was honestly still like, I don't know. I guess it's just the dumbass part of me
that
that just thinks, eventually they got to do something here, especially at guard. So I was waiting on Tevin Jenkins, like just waiting and waiting. Like, okay, we're going to get that at least.
Well, you look at all the reporters, they're all like, what's going on here? I mean, I've never seen all the reporters. So, like, I think this is the first offseason I've ever seen anybody look so dumbfounded. What is going on? I don't
remember a worse offseason, Greg. I really don't remember a worse free agency.
We've had ones where we just don't do shit.
Well, all the 90s was terrible.
But it's like awful. For this window with Joe Burrow, right? And a team that was, Super Bowl and then back in the AFC championship game. And then you missed the playoffs 2 straight years and you had subpar free agencies. And it just felt like Joe was starting to apply pressure, about his own guys getting contracts, which that hasn't happened. And to Greg's point from earlier, is that a holdup? I always think it's going to be a holdup. That was my fear before we got here, right? Was like, let's get these done because I don't trust the Bengals not to tell us that at least like, oh, we're having trouble. We're trying to work with our own guys and get those deals done. So that's been our focus, even though they said that's not what they were going to do. They wanted to add outside guys. They want to bring back the same team and pay the same. Well, you're worse.
Well, that's what I told you. I remember I said I was such a believer. I'm like, I can't believe that Duke Tobin would say all that stuff on the podium. Then all of a sudden, just like, something like this could happen. I never thought in my life that would happen. As I know something could still change, but as of right now, man, like Chop was just saying, this is by far, I've had some bad off seasons to deal with. This is by far the worst one, just because of what I felt like we were going to be promised pretty much.
Yeah, and we had a lot of cap space, and we made the cuts for more cap space. Sam retired. All the big things we thought would happen, like clearing Kappa off the books, Rankins, to get more cap space, to be aggressive. And it's like nothing. It's like you did all that for what?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why did we were talking about this yesterday? Why did Duke say what he said at the combine and we're doing nothing? I mean, usually, I think Jake Lisco brought it up on Locked On of the last couple of years of free agency. A couple of years ago where they came out and they got Kappa and Karras like the first day. That was the big move. And then, Orlando Brown didn't really happen until day 3. And that really happened because Orlando called them.
Yeah. Bengals, it wasn't even on the radar. And that's what I heard. Yeah. Was it your show or someone else is talking about how they're not even making calls that people aren't on radar.
No.
Orlando
Yeah.
Brown had to call here. So
He had to
Yeah,
call
that's,
here, and
that's sad.
And then they had to go watch tape because they hadn't even done that. I'm like, he's the best
Jeez.
free agent in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that happened. And then it's like that was the last big free agent they signed. Because so they got us used to signing people, signing some big names. You know, we didn't last year, but last couple of years before that we did. So we all got used to it. And then when Duke comes out and says we're not going to have the same team we had last year, well, what the fuck? We got the same team. Actually, we got a worse team than we had last year because we don't have any guards. And the one thing I don't get is they usually don't release guys until they have somebody to replace them. They cut Kappa. So where's our other guard at? They released him really quick.
Cody Ford.
You'll get Cody Ford and you'll like it.
Yeah, but you still need another guard.
I know.
I'm just saying, though, Jeff, that's what they may think, though. I'm
Cordell Volson. They're back to just Cordell Volson and Cody Ford as their two guards.
Well, then Trag said this week too, which I hope this isn't true, but he's told me that they really like Kirkland. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I like Kirkland as a nice depth piece, back end of your O-line room.
But
you know what I'm saying?
He was talking like he could be Ford and Kirkland. I'm like, oh God.
You might not be wrong, Jeff.
This is from Trags. So I'm just like, that's not a plan. That's a stupid plan. You got two backups that you are good pieces as backups, not as your freaking starters.
Yeah. Hey, Chop, would you want to maybe pull up and do a mock draft? By any chance? Just because I don't know what else the hell to talk about on here. I can only honestly bitch so much. I feel like they've beat me down so bad that I'm just out of anything to talking about them and their inactivity and incompetence, honestly, as a front office. The way they do business.
Dale down so much he's just about giving up.
Yeah, so I guess if we pull a mock draft up, at least I can try to get back to something that makes me happy, and that's just talking about the draft, because I do love the draft. I don't trust our team to make the greatest moves, but in general, I just love the process of the draft. And
it's all about
like hope springs eternal with the draft. So many years, that's all I look forward to.
And by the way, I shared it on my Twitter and Facebook too. So I forgot we can do that. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah,
we can cross streams, Jeff.
That's right.
Don't cross the streams.
Nah, cross them. Fuck it.
It's super powerful.
I mean, at this point, this free agency, cross the streams, please.
So please tell me what movie that's from.
Are you serious?
Yeah, tell me. Do you
me?
know?
Like, for real?
Yeah, any of you.
It's Ghostbusters, man.
Okay, thank God. I was just checking.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do think
I just woke up, Jeff. I haven't had time for my Four Locos.
I just, dude, I'm with you. I texted Dale like, I might be a little late. I just woke up.
Well, I texted Dan that I might be a little late.
Yeah.
I've got one bathroom in my house is all I'll say. And it was occupied for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got to get in here and try to take a shit. I ain't even going to lie. That's very graphic and vulgar, but I was like, this shit could take a while.
Hey, nobody too slurp says Chase deal is almost done.
Well, I think people were just saying because
they're depressed.
Josina Anderson said like something about, but I don't even know. She could have thought somebody was talking about Chase Young and said there's no injury stuff in the contract. And people are but somebody asked about the Bengals, so it makes sense to think it was Jamar Chase. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm saying maybe she was confused what she was being asked, because if Chase's deal isn't done, how do you know what's in the fucking contract? There isn't one.
The Eagles have signed former Colts tight end Kyle Granson.
Yeah, I don't even, whatever. I think, is it Kyler?
Probably Kyler. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I think I know, because I was like, wait, okay, yeah, I know who that is, but barely. Whatever. We've seen like Dallas Goedert and maybe can't remember the edge's name that they got. Oh, Huff. I think they got him from the Jets. Maybe those two guys are on the trade block for the Eagles. I don't expect us to do jack shit, honestly.
I'm still expecting us to sign at least one guard, maybe two. They got to sign at least one. They're not that dumb. They have to at least sign one. They can't be that dumb. They can't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, they want to protect Joe, right? They have to sign at least one guard. At least.
Do they come back and start showing interest in Becton? Because, Kelsey Conway said right now there was no interest from either side for that.
Yeah. Well, they kind of burned that bridge last year. I guess when they didn't sign him and they brought him in.
Yeah, but Dale, like say Julian Blackmon. I mean, I'm not sold on Geno Stone, and we'll see what they do in the draft. But do you give Blackmon a call?
I would, and I'll
Why
tell you his PFF stuff because I pulled up my free agency. He's one of the better guys still on the market in general. The run defense is only a 55, but hell, Geno Stone was lower than that as a run defender, but his coverage was 73.5. Mm-hmm. So if you could get him as the cover guy, the more deeper safety, and let Battle maybe play a little more down in the box, then and he's only 26 years old. His projected contract was 3 years, $21 million. It's nothing crazy, and I'd prefer him over Stone. So I'd bring him in, and if they need it, if they're so goddamn broke, then they could cut Stone if they fucking needed to at that point.
Dale, Asante Samuel Jr. Remember, I told you I was a big fan, but you told me he's got the injury issues. But why not give him a call as well? They won't. I know they won't, but why not though, right?
Paul's got the answer. Duke's handcuffed by a bitch with a green titty.
I'll laugh at that one.
We wondered what was going on. I didn't ask the Magic 8 Ball that one.
I like Sindustri's comment there too.
Which one? Oh, this one?
Right below it.
Yeah.
Pinching pennies so hard to leave thumbprints. No shit, man.
Hey, we appreciate you guys giving us something to laugh about.
I know.
Because I'm down bad, man. I'm down fucking bad.
I get up and I check the phone. As soon as I get up, like something had to happen and nothing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, is this even real?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I'll go back to Julian Blackmon. I'll finish his stats. Craig, I thought about taking my shirt off too. I might be with you.
And he's fucking chugging barbecue.
Hell yeah. He's excited for it. Oh, he's rubbing it on his body. Good Holy God. Shit. Man, this is maybe too graphic, This is probably OnlyFans content, but you guys are getting it for free if you're tuned in right now.
Do the nips, Greg.
Midwest Best Barbecue Sauce for the podcast listeners. Greg is rubbing Midwest Best. He took his shirt off and now he's
put him on the big screen.
Midwest Best Barbecue Sauce all over his body. No, I don't even think the big screen can handle it.
I know.
We put some sugar on me.
Now,
put some sugar on me.
Now, take a finger and put it in your mouth like a naughty little boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. That is the shit right there.
He rubs the sauce on the skin.
Good thing I have my camera off because, shoo.
He rubs the Midwest Best Barbecue Sauce on the skin.
All right, go ahead, Dale. Just don't pay attention. Act like I'm not here.
Yeah, just continue like nothing happened.
Right. Yeah, right. The whole show, Greg.
Hey, we got to do something, man. We got to do something. I got to keep this going, man. If something happens, I will do this every single time we sign someone. Come on, we got to keep this going, man. We got to get.
I swear to God, if somebody check the Twitter, if somebody signs right now, we know what we need to do.
If somebody signs
I'm looking at it now. I haven't seen anything.
That would just be the greatest moment in Bengals history, potentially.
They'd probably put it on the Jumbotron the moment that we signed this signing, whoever it is.
Maybe it'll be like Drew Sample, a 5-year extension, or something like that, because you know how much that's my guy.
I was on a high from the barbecue sauce on Greg's nips, and then you came in with the fucking Drew Sample extension.
Yeah. Yeah, and Greg, you cheered some people up. You may have disgusted some others, but you cheered some people up and made them laugh. So you got to take what you can get. Ryan says the insiders are saying Aziz to the Eagles.
Is this
they might be loading up.
Like
I don't know
on NFL Network or insiders like
Ryan, could you clarify that for us?
Hey, Dale.
There's a lot of insiders apparently in the Bengals.
Dale, can I go in the shower quickly?
Yeah. No worries, Greg.
Don't take the camera in with you.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm filming for you, Jeff.
I'm good.
Now you might be able to see that live at Midwest Best Barbecue tomorrow at 3:30.
Now you just made people not want to come.
I mean, could we even get an extension? I think that would lift our spirits a little bit, right? Like T. Higgins. I'm not expecting Jamar still. I'm still like Santori's been saying he thinks it'll be later in camp. Cam's about to
Santori's
start.
been saying August since.
Jamar's
Yeah.
going to wait until everybody
before
else is
last
signed.
Hey, Jeff, I'm starting the shower up for you.
You're
Yeah, I
good.
think that the earliest that we'd really get traction on a Chase deal is after Micah Parsons would sign. See if he, is the next top guy. I'm just saying from probably, and Chop, it's not even the Bengals. It's probably from Chase's standpoint at this time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, well, shit. He waited. Myles Garrett signed for 40. Might as well wait because Micah Parsons might sign for 41.
And if the Bengals publicly came out and said we're going to make you the highest paid non-quarterback, so he's like, okay, I got time. I'll wait and see who gets the highest.
I think we can point to a couple other things in that same fucking thing that Duke Tobin was saying that he was wrong about.
Well, that is also true, but this won't go over well, especially Jamar Chase. He's the other face of your franchise besides Joe Burrow. But at this point, do they even give a shit about Joe Burrow?
I don't know.
Well, you want to do this mock draft, Chop?
Yeah. I think that maybe after the show, we all drive down to Paycor and let them personally come out and just kick us in the fucking nuts. I mean, just go ahead and do it.
They already are. Like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They haven't physically done it, but they might as well at this point.
We might as well just let them just go ahead and do it. Just go down there and just let them kick us all in the nuts.
Yeah.
Except for Tina. She doesn't have any, but they can give you a swift kick too, Tina. And
yeah, you'll be kicked in your vagina.
Yes, they sure can. A kick to the groin. There you go.
Yes.
Because it feels like that anyway. But look at this, Dale. We can maybe fix our problem. Look at this. Tell us about Armand Membu. Can he can he play guard?
He could. I really think he could. I would be kind of surprised, honestly, if he's there at 17. I think he's a fringe top 10 type of player, top 10, 15 at least in this draft. And I think he could stick at tackle, and I think he's played more right tackle, but he's super athletic, so he could probably play left tackle. Now, some people were like, oh, he's going to be a guard, early in the process, and I was kind of one of them that was wondered just looking at his size because he was listed at 6'3", but he's almost 6'4", I feel like. So, yeah, that's not the tallest guy, but the other thing you look for in an offensive tackle is arm length, and he has really good arm length. I think it's over 34 inches or, it's definitely hits the mark for an offensive tackle. So I definitely could see Armand Membu as an option if he's here. And then who's some other guys we got on this list here, Chop? I'll maximize my screen, make it easier for me to see.
Yeah, we got
Tyler Warren, the tight end. A lot of I mean, honestly, that was something that we were like, oh, we wouldn't be opposed, and Loveland's there too at tight end.
Right, I know.
So it's like, oh, we won't be opposed for one of these tight ends, assuming that we handled some of these other needs, right? And we haven't. Mm-hmm. So to me, I'm sorry, I can't with like 5 or 6 of them on the roster, 6, I think, if you count Eric Hall. And however you feel, if Mike Gesicki's more of a receiver, I'm not going tight end at this point. Like, I know a lot of people love Warren, and I do too. Like, listen, I think he's worth, he's a top 10 player in this class. So, I mean, I wouldn't be pissed if the Bengals went that route, but in this mock scenario, for me personally, I don't want to do it. How about you guys?
I mean, so let's just set the precedence before we make our first pick. Going into this mock draft, what do we assume is done in free agency?
Oh, I don't think we can assume anything now.
Like, we assume that we go in with no Trey, no T. I mean, T's under contract, but I think we go into it with Trey because he's under contract also.
Yeah, I'm going to base it with it like it is right now. We have no guards. We have Trey and T under contract.
All right, so we go into it like we got now.
Cody
Ford,
right now.
Cordell Volson are our starting guards.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's the case.
I don't forget Kirkland.
Kirkland's a backup. He's not a starter. He's a backup.
Not according to the Bengals.
So
we've talked about even with Trey that we thought an edge made a lot of sense, right? Because we needed another pass rusher. Yeah, you hope Murphy's better. Yeah, we got Osai back. Cedric Johnson going into his second year. And you did bring back Cam Sample, but I still think he can kick inside some. And I'm not going to not draft a good pass rusher at edge because I have Cam Sample on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like, at worst case scenario, you cut Cam Sample. He's on basically a minimum deal. So I'm not saying that he should. I like Cam Sample. I'm not trying to shit on Cam Sample. But these things typically work themselves out anyways, right? Because somebody gets injured or What if Trey's is holding out? He's still under contract, but he decides to hold out for a week or two. Well, it'd be nice to have one of these top edge players. And if you're looking there right on the board, Michael Williams, I think he's a second-round pick. Now, I think the Bengals would consider
time out. Bengals have made significant progress on massive contract extensions with Chase and Higgins are both to be finalized in the coming days.
Where the hell did you see that happen?
I mean, you could have read that shit on Monday.
Ian Rappaport. Holy crap! It's happening! It's happening!
It was the barbecue sauce, Greg.
Isn't that the same thing they've been saying every fucking day?
Yeah. I'm not as excited as Greg about it, but it's good news, right?
It's Nonetheless,
it's good news to get it done, man.
See, my Twitter
how good would that have been if he was like,
he's
on Tevin Jenkins? That would have been, I would have fucking boner city then.
The sauce is working.
Yeah, I was hoping
rub some more in.
Chop, that's where we're at, right? It's like, this is two of our star players. We should be happier, Chop.
I know.
But I'm not. I'm with you, brother. Like, I'm just saying. I am with you. Like, I'm like, we need to protect Joe. You know what I'm saying? With some guards. But we'll continue the draft. But that is great news. So
yes.
Greg rubs some Midwest barbecue sauce, and all of a sudden, boom. Higgins and Chase was watching, and they said, you know what? Let's get these fucking deals done.
Well,
Greg sauced up.
Well, wait a minute. Did it happen when he was barbecue saucing? He was washing it off in the shower when the news came through.
It happened a minute ago.
He still rubbed it on himself. He made the progress. They had to make the phone calls.
I'm just trying to figure out, do we need Greg naked in the shower washing off Midwest Best barbecue sauce, or the rubbing it on part, or the towel drying?
Yeah. Were you touching your testicles?
When exactly did this come through, Greg?
Were you scrubbing your ball sack when this news hit?
I touched everything, man. I examined everything.
Well, touch everything again. See what happens.
I touch everything. I touch myself.
All right. Let's continue with the mock draft, boys, okay?
All right.
So
you were telling us about Michael Williams.
Yeah, for me, he's not for me. So this is our mock draft. So we're doing what the fuck I say we're doing. And you guys can also have an input.
Okay.
But you know me. I'm an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll help us out here.
Why is he not for you?
I just don't think he is the pass rusher that we need at this time. I think he's a very solid, and maybe the Bengals are just like, fuck it, we don't need pass rush because their free agency moves have been more run defense kind of guys so far.
Right.
But for me personally, I still want pass rush. So for me, Michael Williams just doesn't do it, but I think he's got the potential to be a really good player in the NFL. Sure. And he also tested at Georgia this week, and his testing wasn't as great as expected, right? That was a big thing. Like, he's not been the greatest pass rusher, put up the best productions, had some injuries, but he's going to test like an athletic freak, and he didn't. So for me, hell no on 17. I don't know about anybody in the chat saying, but I hope they're with me on that, or if they're not, I'm sorry, he's not for me, and do your own damn mock draft. Sorry, that was mean. But Mike Green, though, the sexual assault allegations that he's had twice in his life, not been found guilty or charged with anything. I'm not judge, jury, and executioner. As a football player, he is a damn good football player that can flat go and get after the quarterback. And he's not the biggest guy, but he's very good against the run. James Pierce Jr., also not very big. I'm a big fan of. There's these character things floating out there. Once again, I'm not privy to those. Walter Nolan on the board. We love him. Jihad Campbell's on the board. Tyler Booker's on the board. So this is a very good board. Do we fucking trade down and piss everyone off again?
I think that probably we do. Look, Walter Nolan, Jihad Campbell, Nick Emanwarnari.
I'm excited here. I'm
Nick
excited.
Emanwari.
Oh, I already hit the no trade.
Oh, it's not up there anymore. It's fine.
Here it is.
Trade up
hit trade. You want me to see what we can do?
Yeah, let's do it because I love that.
I mean, we got a goddamn whole show and nothing to talk about.
Man, if you were literally had that on the board, geez. And they could take any of those, like several of those guys, and I'd be like, great pick and not be mad. But we're going to be greedy and give ourselves more picks.
We're going to do Buffalo again because we know the code for Buffalo, right?
Exactly. Yep, I agree.
Buffalo.
Well, we don't want to go all the way down to 30, honestly. So let's go. Who has like 23 or 24? Somebody give us a team. What's the Chargers have? Look at the Chargers. I know they're somewhere.
Oh, that's Carolina. Sure. There was a rumor floating around. There was a rumor floating around Carolina that they were going to trade their pick for Teat. They got 26. Who else? What's the draft order? Who's after us?
I should know the draft order by this point, Chop, but I know, guys. Me and my trades. Hold on, I need to. Gotta go back on my regular screen.
It's got to be someone like kicked out of the first round in the wild card.
No, Andrew,
who lost in the playoffs in the wild card?
Andrew also says Trey Henderson. They appear to be working on a long-term extension as well.
Who said that?
Yeah, Andrew. Who said that? If I may
trying to
ask,
look at Twitter right now to see if I can see it.
Who did he say? Who'd you say, Greg? Trey?
Trey Henderson also apparently to keep the elite pass rush from the Queen City. That's what Andrew Woods said also. Andrew, where did you hear that?
Does anybody know the draft? Bueller.
I'm looking up Twitter trying to see anything.
I just don't. Who's picking like in pick 20 or 21, 22? Somewhere in there, right, Dale? What do you think about something like that pick?
Dale left.
Oh, Dale's left?
Yeah, he's not on the screen anymore. I don't know where he went.
Oh. Well, Greg.
Yes.
Man, who is picking? Tell me the draft order after us so I can see about a trade.
Okay, NFL draft order. Let me see here for a second.
Or in the chat. Denver's at 20.
Right, here we go. You ready?
Let's see. Denver's at 20, Matt says. Thank
20,
you, Matt.
Denver's at 20.
Okay, let's all right, we're trading with
All
Denver.
right, I was trying to add Dusty, guys, and my whole fucking sound went completely out. So,
well, Dale, while you were gone, that fucking fuckers didn't help me at all. Matt came through, waited the whole time to see who was picking after us. Thank you, Matt. So we got Denver at pick 20. So
and welcome, Dusty.
Yes, welcome, Dusty.
Yo, what's up, guys?
We're working on a trade here for the first round of the mock draft.
Yes.
So what'd you say? Denver has what, Chop?
Denver has 20, but they're also limited on picks, man. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks, but 3 of them are in the 6th round. So I'm saying we take their first 6th round pick. You want to see what that does? 1 and 6. Oh,
Sorry, I was trying to get my mic and stuff plugged back in. I'm sorry, everybody. It totally went out on me and having some issues. Sorry, Chop. So,
Christ, it lets me take all their 6th round picks.
Well, I want a 3rd rounder trading down. So who's at 23 and 24, did they say?
How the fuck do I get rid of them? I click on them and don't go away. Here, let me do this.
Greg, did you say who's at pick 23 and 24?
Pick 23 and 24. That is it shows right there. Denver's at pick 20. But pick 23 is Green Bay. 24 is Minnesota.
All right, so let's trade with let's see what Minnesota's got, Chop.
All right, so we want 24.
Oh man, I don't know if they'd give up their only couple picks though to move up to 17. But they were very aggressive in building their roster.
Got 4 picks.
But weren't they
Minnesota?
Yeah, let's go Green Bay because Green Bay might be more likely.
Yeah, they got some picks.
Yeah, let's just see their 1 and their 3.
Hey,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we're moving down 6 spots. I feel good with what's on the board, moving down 6 spots.
I got to tell you, we're definitely giving people in the chat enough time to weigh in on the pick. So we did our trade, so we're going to reject this one, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're picking now.
Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn happy we traded down, boys. We got Mike Green and Walter Nolan still on the board, and that's the 2 guys I would have probably been after the most anyways.
I know which one I want. I think we'll just probably take a vote, right?
Yeah. We'll ask Dusty first.
Okay.
In this scenario, Dusty, Mike Green, Walter Nolan, which one would you prefer?
I think right now we got to go with Walter Nolan. I think that makes most sense. Expecting Trey to be back.
We have no interior pass rusher, like on the roster. It's not McKinley Jackson. It's not Chris Jenkins. I'm BJ Hill a little bit. I don't want to.
It ain't fucking Colston or the new guy we got.
Yeah, it's
Slayton.
not TJ Slayton. So.
No.
All right. So Dusty's vote is Walter Nolan. Jeff, you still with us?
Yeah. Hold on a second here. So Aaron Williams from NFL says Bengals contract talks with Jamar and T. Higgins. Several league sources expressed optimism. Blah, blah, blah. They're saying the projected annual value is $40 million annual for Chase and $20 annual for Higgins is what he's saying here. But
yeah, Aaron Wilson is usually the contract guy. So
yes,
Aaron Wilson underscore NFL. So
yeah, that's why I read it.
You said 20 for Higgins?
28.
Oh, that sounds about right.
28 for Higgins,
about what
40
we were hoping for,
Chase.
right?
Yeah, that's what he's reporting. So I mean, nothing's signed yet, but I mean, if he's saying it, he's pretty damn close. To answer your question, I would go with Nolan. No, as you said, Nolan's there. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, Nolan and Mike Green.
I like Green, but I really, since we got TJ Slayton, I really love the idea of having Nolan right next to him, and then you have BJ Hill there, and that gets us that rotation that we had close to what we had at Super Bowl.
Greg,
I got to go Nolan.
Chop.
Yep. And in the chat, Chris says Mike Green. I see that, and I see some defensive tackles, and then Ronald Mays says there's other tackles in future rounds.
So you said Nolan though too?
Yo, I would have picked Nolan without the trade, even though it didn't say suggested on my thing. Nolan is 100% my pick going into the draft.
Clean sweep, man. If we got all five of us saying Nolan, let's do it.
Yeah. What the fuck? Here we go. Oh. Boom. All right,
boys. We got Walter Nolan, man. We got I love everything you guys said too. You guys summed it up really well. We got that. Put him beside Slayton, and you feel good. And then a rotation with BJ Hill.
Oh man, I saw Zabril up there. What is his name? The kid from North Dakota, the lineman.
Gray Zabel. Yeah,
I saw him. I thought for some reason it stopped. I was like, oh, we got to get that guy with what we got, and then all of a sudden it disappeared.
Yeah, man, Connerly Fallen's a little surprising. I haven't thought about him as a guard. I honestly thought he'd maybe go back into the first round. So this is a new scenario. Got to at least think about it. Can we look at edge and Donovan Jackson there at guard?
Yeah, I saw that
too up early on that.
Here's edge.
So Sawyer Birch, Josiah Stewart's a little sneaky. I wouldn't take him in the second personally, but some people I understand why you like him so much. Tua Molau, Jordan Birch. Let's go back to guard. As much as I know we need an edge, we did get some pass rush help there. And we did bring back Osai. And if you get Trey under contract and Murphy develops, not saying we still don't want edge, but
if we're going into the draft with the team that we got right now, I think that my personal opinion is this pick is offensive line.
Yeah. Dusty, you were saying Jack Sawyer. You liked him too?
No, I would like Donovan Jackson just because his flexibility.
Okay, and I'll mention some other guards for the podcast listeners. So we're zeroed in on guard right now because we got huge needs, and I don't want to wait another round to get one of these guys
because we love Joe.
Yes,
I don't want to visit him in the hospital.
We're protecting our sweet prince.
That's right.
Donovan Jackson, Marcus Imbo, Jonas Savanaia, Tate Rowledge, that top four. Jared Wilson, he's a very good center, worthy of this pick as well. But we're not going that route. We're going with one of these top four guards. And I like Jackson, but I also, for me, like the idea of pairing Tate Ratledge back up with Mims at right guard. Because and Cody Ford played for Volson at left guard. So and worst case scenario, you got Volson and Ford at least competing who have started games for us.
Also, remember, when you put Ford over on that left side, he also played college with Orlando Brown Jr.
Yes. I think they were tackles, so they weren't like beside each other, but they're like besties. You know what I'm saying, too? They've got
Dale, my vote goes to Ratledge here. Ratledge has been rising up. My vote would go to Ratledge.
I mean, if it's Ratledge, we can do another trade, to be honest, because you think Ratledge is going to be there, and if we trade down a couple, because
I don't know.
In this scenario, I do, but in real life, no. I think we'd be very happy to take him off the board at 49.
So let's just take him. What do we?
Let's Iceman. You got any thoughts? Dusty's vote was Donovan Jackson. I'm leaning toward Ratledge, but I love Jackson too. And him being able to kick out to left tackle in a pinch. like he did for Ohio State would be awesome.
You say Donovan Jackson never played the right side?
He hasn't. He's been left guard, and then he kicked out and played left tackle this year.
I kind of want.
But that's
it's
okay
Jeff's
too.
turn. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry, I went out.
He's muted. You're muted, brother.
Yeah, you're muted, Jeff.
I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm looking at Twitter and listening to you guys. So,
Yeah.
See, that's a tough one because I do like Donovan Jackson. I saw him play, so I know what he can do. So I always look at it that way. But Rutledge is the one we've been talking about. I'll go with Donovan Jackson. I just because he's ranked 38 and I just know who he is and I've seen him play. I go with that one.
Jackson can play two positions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so the chat here and people are saying I seen some Jackson or Ratledge. So if it was between you guys, and Robert says he likes Imbo here. But I don't think he'd be a bad pick either, Robert. It's just I really like Donovan Jackson, and maybe I'm being a homer here, Crypt Keeper. Maybe I'm being a homer. But let's just go with Donovan Jackson because injuries happen and we can kick him out to left tackle too.
Let me do this.
And listen, maybe we'll cheat and take Ratledge will fall.
We can. I'll pick Donovan Jackson here, but my question is this: like, how much Dale let's just say because you said Donovan Jackson played on the left side, he can maybe kick out the tackle, but how much of a drop off is it on the left side if it's just the left side from Donovan down to Tate Ratledge?
On the left, I mean, Tate's played
if
right.
They only play the left side. Like what's the drop off between Like the versatility really gets me with Ratledge. I like that, and he plays the right.
Preferably, though, your guard should be able to play either guard spot. Period. Point blank.
Right.
Ultimately. But I'm just saying, Jackson has played left guard. Ratledge has played right guard. But let's just take Jackson and we could still get a right guard.
I mean, he's a good guard, and we're gonna and Cincinnati's gonna love that because they love Ohio State down here.
Well, and maybe we're holding out hope still that they bring in Brandon Scherf, they bring in Mekhi Becton, Will Hernandez. I'm pretty sure all three of them. I don't know about Hernandez 100%, but I know the other two are right guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by getting Jackson, we've got left guard, and Cody Ford goes back into a backup role. And we've got right guard. Maybe we got Scherf. Let's just hypothetically.
What do we want to look at?
There's a lot of things.
We want to look at the edge.
I don't know that safety for Texas, Makuta. A lot of great things I've heard about him.
I like Josiah Stewart.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart is undersized. He's only like 6'1", 6'2". But he's still like 250. And I mean, PFF grade wise, absolutely freaking elite, in both as a pass rusher and a run defender.
What's the ESPN thing saying?
Oh, geez, I have no idea. They're all different.
Right.
Let's look at several positions now because when you start to get into the third round, you got to, consider a lot of things. So linebacker somebody said, is that a sneaky need? Absolutely. Because we still don't know how they feel. Oh, Aaron Wilson says Trey Hendrickson trade extension is not developing right now. So,
all right.
So pour a little water on that, which is probably why Rappaport talked about the other two.
Right.
Man, I like Swessinger. I think that guy's great. I couldn't believe he weighed in 242. I thought he's much thinner. 1 year starter at UCLA, but an absolute fucking demon this season for the Bruins. Demetrius Knight, good player. Barrett Carter, I like. Chris Paul, Stutzman. That's a good linebacker group right there.
Yeah.
To be honest. Let's look at interior line again.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go back and see what's left.
Ooh, I like me some Miles Frazier, and he has been a right guard there at LSU.
Yeah,
Tom.
and he balled out at the Senior Bowl too, didn't he?
Yeah, but honestly, and I said, like we were about to take Ratledge there, even though he's on this board.
Dude, I would go.
I do think we could wait on Miles Frazier another round or two.
I'm telling you, I would not mind taking another guard here. I mean, if we're going to improve this team that we have, we have to protect Joe. I mean, what is our next biggest need? Is the edge rusher or safety or what? As far
let's
as
go
defense?
To safety though. While you mentioning it. Makuba, Winston. I think Winston. I have him over Makuba. I think he would be a good pick. He was injured most of this season, but he's still like safety 4 for me because there's
All
Eamon
right.
Morey, there's Starks, there's Xavier Watts we've talked a lot about, and then Winston comes in behind those 3 for me. So
Well, no,
very good player.
All right, no, I'll take your word for it then.
But we'll go let's look at edge again. So I know, Dusty, of what we've looked at here, what are you thinking so far?
I like Stewart, and then go to linebacker again. I think Knight was there. Yeah.
Yep.
I like D Knight. But not if he falls to the 4th round, I think that would be something we could risk on and go edge with Josiah Stewart, and then come back with Knight in the 4th.
Dusty, is Knight someone you can see replacing Pratt?
I just like him from what I've watched about him. I think he's a little more athletic than Pratt. I don't know what his testing numbers and all that's going to look like, but he seems like he's all over the place. He plays really good down in South Carolina. Probably a little more athletic version of Jermaine Pratt, in my opinion.
Okay.
Dusty, I just now seen your message. I didn't see you in the backstage. Once you did is when I tried to put you in, is when I heard it. So my bad if I didn't see you back there.
It's all good. I figured I didn't know if it was like messed
really
up or
yeah,
you guys weren't seeing.
No, I didn't see it. I would have popped you in because I knew you were supposed to come on. I didn't see it. My bad.
I was a little late. I was about 5 minutes late.
Jeff, any thoughts here on the guys we've looked at? I think Jeff's just kind of out on the draft,
right.
which is fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. You guys are doing good without me. What round are we in? I hadn't even hit
Third round. No, dude, you're keeping up with all this stuff. You got to show your
you're
own.
keeping up with Twitter.
No worries at all, Jeff. At all.
Books here.
I want to go back to. We talked about edge. What do you like? We have D tackle and we got a guard.
So we got Walter Nolan and we got an O line. I do like linebacker. We're going to need to get a linebacker, so I do like that. What do we have? What is it? What is that edge?
I'll tell you right now, though, I have Schlesinger in my top 40.
Really?
So, like, him being on the board at 81, I personally would be all over it because he's probably the highest rated guy left.
Well, then that seals it for me. If he's the highest rated guy left, then yeah, he's an edge. Yeah.
No, the linebacker, but Stewart is very good, and that was Dusty's pick, and he's a little undersized, 6'1".
Wait, we'll go back. Which one are you talking about? Sorry, you're talking about.
I was talking about Schlesinger from UCLA. Linebacker, but now we're on. Chop moved over to edge there.
Okay.
I was talking about that guy.
Okay.
I can even go to all if you want to see them all, Jeff. Here's your
okay. Yeah.
Here's your
and
here's
some
your
people
top
like
position.
Arroyo. I worry about his injuries, but he was
all right. Well, then I'm gonna go at this point. Like I said, if he's the highest guy ranked on the board and he's an edge, let's go with Schlesinger. That's
because linebacker.
Linebacker. Yeah, linebacker. Sorry, I keep saying edge. The linebacker. I go with that just because we need a linebacker. We got to replace Pratt. And he's the highest guy ranked there. That'd be BPA. So, and it's a position of need. So, I would.
What is that picture with the wines? It's like exciting whites. So we have Schlesinger and Logan Wilson at linebacker. Our linebackers would be the exciting whites. We could use that. We could use that picture.
There you go.
Greg, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like I say, man, I'm cool with what you guys want, but I mean, the linebacker, I'm not opposed. Go back to edge again, if you would, please, Chow. I think you know what, man. I guess I'd go Stewart. Yeah.
Man, I have a tough one with this one. I was looking at the DL again. I want to see what you got. Deion Walker there.
Oh,
but Deion
damn
Walker,
it!
But the bad back.
I don't think we got the roster spots, and I hate to say that because I just said
I know, but get rid of somebody.
Work themselves out.
Right, let it work itself out. Like Deion Walker there on our DL, and we got Walter Nolan. We got big ass motherfucking Deion Walker there.
Yeah, man.
I think that to tell you the truth, like
someone asked, I wanted to see corner chop, so let's do that. But
okay,
I am not like I'm kind of with you there. I really like Jacob Parrish. He's my highest rated corner.
Dude, Jacob Parrish is a dog.
Yes, he's a stud, man. I think he's going to be really good.
That's
I got a second round grade on him, so.
Look,
but he's a little lower on here, so
remember we're picking in 6 picks because of our trade. Also.
Oh, great point. Yeah. So
I feel like my pick right now is Deion Walker, and then I want to look at offensive tackle again in the next at 87.
And
That's my pick, but I know everybody else.
Well,
we all
you
picked
said
something different.
You
So
said
out of
offensive tackle. We could use a swing tackle. We haven't looked at tackle specifically, or did you mean interior?
Interior. My bad.
Well, let's
we
look
can
at
look
tackle,
at the
though, 'cause-
tackles.
Yeah, I like Milam, but he didn't have a good Senior Bowl. Trapilo is like 6'8", big dude. Anthony Belton, good player. Yeah, I like what's on there too. That's not, and Belton could move inside, and Milam's going to move inside. Those are actually two guards, so we don't want to rule those two players out.
See in the chat, Okunjobi got busted for steroids.
Just about to read that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, breaking Michael Halter, I don't know, and D. Tagovailoa Ogunjobi signed this week, and both been suspended for 6 games for violating NFLPA.
Damn, we like Michael Hope too as an option, Greg. Remember him?
6 games.
Wait, who?
Michael Hope that went to the Bills, the edge guy from the Rams.
The Bills signed both of them. Or no, Bills signed both of them.
The Bills got 2 guys that got hit for steroids.
Yes.
Oh my God. Thank God they don't listen to me.
That's why I was like, hey, I got.
Yeah, that's.
I thought Ian Rappaport on the Insiders the other day. I'm like, hey, go to me.
So did we all make a different pick this time?
I'm good with your Deion Walker here, Chop. I don't have an issue with it. And listen, I haven't been the biggest fan, but I will say the back, it does concern me. But I guess he had a broken back and played through it. So in one way, I'm highly fucking impressed because his tape from the year before, I thought this guy with another good season was going to be a top 10 pick in this draft.
Not only that, but look at what we did for Cincinnati, Dale. Look at what we're doing for Cincinnati. We got them to Ohio State, and a lot of people in Cincinnati also are Kentucky fans. Boom, we're helping out. So, look, let's just see here because we were talking. I was saying my idea was offensive line. We still got Miles Frazier. Still there.
Miles Frazier.
At 87.
Well, and you know what we've done is double up at D tackle. So if a guy isn't panning out, you hope the other one does. I'm sorry. Maybe it's like, well, we got so many holes we need to fill. But we really need to fucking fill the defensive pass rusher and guard.
Can I ask you guys a question? I know this is not draft related. I just thought of this. But with the Bengals seemingly close to announcing signing of T and Jamar, do you think that opens the floodgates for free agency? We got this.
Well,
so
maybe.
Because they should know the money, right? They should know the money.
They should know the money now. If they're this close, they should have probably known it before. But I'm just wondering if that actually opens up so we can go get maybe 1 or 2 guards, as I keep freaking saying for the last 4 days. But
well, I'm gonna hope so, Jeff.
We can hope, but this draft, we assume they didn't do shit.
Right. That's what we're doing that way.
My pick at this one would be interior offensive line. Double up at both of them.
Well,
first 4 picks.
Look at tackle because 2 of those guys were our interior O linemen that were on there, Milam and Belton. They're going to move inside.
Are they better? Are they better though than like Frazier?
It's very close for me with really with all of them. All 3 of those guys are pretty close. I have 3rd round grades on all of them, and here we're in the late 3rd.
Dale, you're the GM. You're picking. And I'm not.
Well, I want to look at edge because Dusty really liked edge too.
Say I'm not making the pick. I'm just saying out of the guys for the offensive line. If you're the GM, just if it was the offensive line here and you're the GM, out of our tackles and guards,
out of these guys, I would have no issue with Miles Frazier, but I would probably go Anthony Belton. The guy, he fits what we love too, as like a fucking giant. Dude's massive. He's like 330, 340. Big son of a bitch.
Is he right or left?
Can we go back to quarterback?
Yeah.
Cornerback and edge. Let's look at some other positions. I mean, even running back starts to come into the conversation here. Parrish is still there, does he?
Take Parrish.
So, dude, I like Parrish. Parrish he reacts good, and they'll give me he plays inside and outside, right? He's not that big.
He's not super big, but really good ball skills. I don't know I think his interception numbers were down this year, but I feel like he had quite a few last year. I thought he'd go back to school another year, so he's still very young, but he tested way better than I expected. So
he ran like a 4.35 or something.
It was one of the best ones of all the corners. So I'm a big Jacob Parrish fan, but I want to look at edge. I want to look at safety. I want to look at running back. I want to look at linebacker. So
here's your edge. You got Josiah Stewart still there.
There you go.
I think both are worthy of that pick. Linebacker.
Demetrius Knight's still there, Dusty.
Gone. So for me personally, having him like in my top 40, I would have had to pick Schlesinger here, but he's gone. So I'm okay with not taking a linebacker right now. Safety. Makuda's still there. Winston's still there. Those would be good picks. Running back. Scatterboo.
God, great. Jeff's getting a boner right now.
Damn.
I know Jeff loves it. Listen to that. Jeff loves him some Scatterboo.
So for me, I am probably edge. I'd be okay with the interior O lineman, and I would be okay with Scatterboo. So we'll take the votes, and you guys make your picks, and then we'll make a decision here. Dusty, you first, and then we'll go to Jeff. I think I know Jeff's. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with probably edge with Josiah Stewart, just because I really like him. He might be a little undersized, but he still has some weight to him, and his production stands out. I think he'd be a good guy to toss out there. And then my second pick would end up being probably Scatterboo at this point.
Yeah.
Scatterboo.
But I'll go with that. I'll go with the edge in case anybody else wants that pick. If you haven't watched this kid, he's productive and he's pretty solid.
I want to say, real quick, I know you guys were talking about cornerback before because you were talking about the guy from Penn State, Jacob Parrish. But personally, I feel like the Bengals are okay with their cornerback room. I don't think we're going to take a corner in the third round.
I think as much as we think they need corner, I agree with you, Chop. I think they're very high on their young guys. Mm-hmm. And I've heard, was it, I don't know, Charlie Goldsmith or all them guys on Paul Daner and all them show. I feel like maybe it was them that was talking about they think that's the best position group that they have, which the Bengals, that's probably how they feel. We're young and ascending, and maybe they shouldn't be that confident, but that's what it is, I think. So
exactly.
Kind of with you. As much as we might want corner, I don't think they do. So edge, line, we don't we're Scatterboo here. Where are you going, Greg?
You know what? As much as I like Scatterboo, I've got to take the edge, Stewart.
Yeah, I'm team improve this defense.
Yes.
And we do have P. Ryan back. We do have Chase Brown. I still think this deep running back class. Yeah, you talked me into it. As much as I like Scatterboo, I'm also going to go Stewart.
And I'm also going
Sorry, Jeff.
Stewart. And I like Scatterboo if we didn't have someone named Chase Brown already. And also I don't think Scatterboo, haven't heard anything good about his blocking abilities. And we got P. Ryan back for that.
I mean, to be honest, it's probably smarter to go defense. I just like the guy.
I mean, it's the popular.
I do too. Anyway. No, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan, and I love his contact balance, and he's a freaking dog, man.
Clicking it.
We can find a running back in like round 6.
Yeah, I do think we can get a running back later, Greg. That kind of sold me. That you say that.
No. Like I said, Scatterboo, he was tempting, but with the depth and the need of edge.
Look at this.
I had to change his thumbnail.
He was there for a long time.
I know.
He almost got to us.
Dang it.
It was so close. It was like a pick or two before.
This is easy because Winston would have been my second pick. I'm going Winston right here. Boom.
Let's go down to Dusty, but as of right now, let's look around too. We want to let people know what's on the board.
We don't want to get Will Howard. I mean, come on. You need a backup quarterback.
Yeah, we need.
And I like Barrett Carter at linebacker. Played a lot of football there for 4 years. Basically been a starter.
Do we want to look at linebacker?
Let's look at linebacker. Is fine. So there's Carter and Paul, Smal Munden. I think all would be good picks here. Jack Kaiser's down there for you.
Jack Kaiser, yeah.
Fourth round is still a bit high for me personally for Kaiser. But let's look at safety, which we saw Winston, but Billy Bowman, he had was very impressive at the combine and in the on-field workouts and testing. Corner, even though I know what we kind of said, I still want to just see. Yeah, Parrish is still there.
Wow.
O-tackle, and O-line. So Trapillo and Belton, and I'm a big fan of Belton. But interior O-line, Chop.
Belton, that's the guy you were just saying is like a giant?
Yeah, big son bitch.
Yep, big son bitch.
Big son of a bitch.
Look, you got your Jack Slater. Look, I put my little cursor over it. Look, it's Jack Slater.
Yeah, I do like Jackson Slater, but I'm holding off here. It sucks Frazier's gone.
Oh, Fairchild. What about Fairchild?
Yeah, he's pretty solid here. Wouldn't be a bad pick, but he's played left guard, and we have Donovan Jackson.
All right.
I'm not going to lie, man. If I'm like another interior offensive lineman, I would love to pick up Willie Lampkin if he makes it to the next.
you know
Just
what I
use
would-
him as a Swiss Army knife, man.
Yes.
Extra blocker, fullback. Just move that sumbitch around. Let him go get after
Okay.
somebody's
Mhm.
ass.
You look
I
at the
mean, I'm
Ravens.
not going to lie. I would consider taking him here
Well,
just because the way he's played. The only knock on this guy is he was born too short for his attitude.
Well, no. I mean, you look around. Like the Steelers have that one fullback coming in for visit. The Ravens have have their fullback. Why not us? Let's add a fullback.
I mean, I'd be willing to wait around on interior.
Yeah, I'm not taking Willie Lampkin in the 4th round. Let's look at running back. Tootin, get
Well,
him,
there's Trevor
Neal,
Intone. If he's going to do the family lineage, maybe he'll be.
No, I love me some Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, his draft stock, man, really took a hit. His testing wasn't good, but man, 2 years ago, he just had a bad year. He had a DUI last summer. Then he had a down season.
Team.
Yeah, and then he had a down season on a bad team. That's a fair point. I like linebacker here, tight end because somebody's asked about tight end. Just to see what's on the board. Ferguson,
Yes.
Tested phenomenal. And
Oh my God.
but do they take one with 6 on the fucking roster? Like,
Yeah,
no.
but I mean, no deal. I'm normally against it, but Ferguson, there's no way he makes it to 1-9, or does he? Or
If you listen to
4th round,
James,
4th round maybe, but I think he could go in the 3rd.
he could easily.
Yeah.
if you listen to James Rapine, he's almost every time he's guaranteeing that he's positive they're going to take a running back and a tight end in this draft.
Well, James
I don't
Reed
know.
loves him some weapons.
He's
He
tempting.
does.
No, Ferguson is tempting, Dale. After what I see, how he tested, oh my God, man.
How about wide receiver? And I know we just talked our 2 top guys are probably coming back. We got Yoshi with a bit unknown with Jermaine Burton. I'm just as a depth, just see what's on the board for people. Tay Felton, Pat Bryant. Those would probably be my 2. Ricky White didn't test well, but I think he might have been injured. So I'm curious to see if he tests at a pro day. But those top 2 are decent, but I'm not going that route. I just wanted to see what was on the board.
Yeah.
We've taken edge. We've taken 2 D tackles. So to recap for anybody, Walter Nolan, Donovan Jackson at guard, Walter Nolan, Deion Walker, both at D tackle, and then Josiah Stewart at edge. So we've loaded up with 3 guys on the defense. But I'm fine with going back to safety and loading up again. And Geno Stone only has a year on his contract if he stays this season. So getting your safety of the future and Kevin Winston Jr., who only played like 2 or 3 games last year. I think he was injured in game 3, so he missed almost the whole season for Penn State. But the season before, he looked like a potential 1st-round safety. So we're in the 4th round. I want Kevin Winston. That's my pick. But, Dusty, what's your thoughts on all this?
Go back to linebacker real quick. Go to tight end. Ferguson was the top rated.
Yeah. I like Mitchell Evans, too. He'd be the next, for me personally, behind Ferguson. But,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people was really high on Ferguson coming into the year, so him being there at 119 might be a nice pick. But go back to safety with, I'd probably go with Kevin Winston would be my pick. Either that or I'd go tight end with Ferguson.
Jeff?
Jeff, any thoughts? He does not have any thoughts. Greg?
I'm here. Sorry. I'm busy changing the title of my show.
All good, brother.
No, let's see here.
These
Yeah.
are just safeties. Here's all.
All right,
Yeah,
got
4th
Humphrey
round.
out there. Kevin Winston. Ooh, I like him.
Yeah, that's been me and Dusty's pick so far.
Yeah, we need a safety. Kevin Winston. Wow. Yeah, I will go with Kevin Winston. That'd be the first one I go for.
Okay.
My backup probably would have been Belton because I would have put him at right guard with Jackson at left guard and said, let's roll. And also if Mims, who does have an injury history, guys, whether we like it or not.
He does. Well,
Belton has played right tackle. So that would be my other pick here, but I went Winston.
Yeah. Sounds
Right.
good to me.
Greg, are you with us? Because you are muted, my brother.
Greg?
I'll say this. I'll say that I would have went either safety or linebacker here. So I'd probably just go whichever's the best available, because when I think about the team needs, I think that safety and linebacker. But to tell you the truth, if they're going to roll with Stone, I almost feel like linebacker's a bigger need. I mean, but they're
Yeah.
still keeping Pratt like he hasn't been traded. So I mean, it's a big
That's what I'm curious about. Chopper, is he? Are they not going to trade him?
Well,
I don't know. It might not be till after the draft if they draft a linebacker.
At the beginning of this, though, we said the team right now. So Pratt is on the team
Right,
right
team's
now.
on- yep,
so we
you're
have a linebacker. So I would.
That was my rule too.
And Oren Burks as your linebacker 3. Does Jean Meta take a step? Shaka Hayward.
Right.
So my pick would be Winston too. Is Greg back?
Let's
to
put
make
it
a
on the
pick?
board. Let's put
Put
Winston.
Put it on the board.
I mean, we pretty much all said that already anyway. So
I got to tell you guys, I love this draft so far.
Me too.
I
I
like
think we've really hit needs. I think we've drafted for this year and the future with these picks.
If this turns out right, then we're all going to meet somewhere and touch tips.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Why is it always got to be weird?
I mean, come on.
Always got to make it weird.
Do it for the team.
Always got
Jeff.
to make
Jesus
it weird.
Christ.
As much as it would be almost impossible for me personally not to take Jacob Parrish, we did say we don't think they'll take corner, but good Lord, we are in the 5th round now.
Yeah.
I would come in my pants if we took Jacob Parrish this late in the draft. I think he's going to be a stud. But with that said, we talked about linebacker, and even though I mentioned some names there, it's still a lot of unknown at that position. And we still don't know what the hell with Pratt, right? And even if it is, it's just like Winston. I said, even if Stone's here, he's here on a contract for 1 more year.
Well,
So guess what? So would Pratt. If he's here this year at all, it'll be
Yeah.
only 1 more year. I love Chris Paul.
Tell
I'm a
me
big
about
fan.
him.
2nd, 3rd round guy. Not the biggest guy. Fairly athletic. I think his RAS score was around 8, so it wasn't like top guy, but pretty athletic, good range, sideline to sideline kind of guy. Absolute stud for Mississippi this year. He can cover. He was one of the best covered linebackers this past season, and I think we could use a little of that, right? Because we know Pratt's got them damn stone feet half the time.
Yes.
He's just not as athletic as he used to be. So, and that happens with age. So I don't want a blood drop to come and try to kill me or something. But,
No shit.
I would be all over Chris Paul here. I also like Cody Simon, but Chris Paul would be my pick. But you guys are more than welcome to look at some other
I
positions.
saw Robert in the chat says 5th round best player available, but I'm not sure if we sign. I understand that, and I do agree best player available. But at the same time, if you have a specific need, I kind of think. And when you look, you got wide receiver, cornerback, running back, linebacker that this mock draft simulator has in order of best player available.
Well, I got like a 3rd round grade on Chris Paul too, so it's not like this wouldn't be insane value.
I mean,
in the
look
5th
look how
round.
far they are apart. They're 6 apart, really. From
What's up,
14
Jeff?
to 20.
I heard Chris Paul is a really good passer of the basketball team.
Yeah, no relation. Chris Paul Jr. is no relation to the NBA player, but also his nickname is Pooh Paul.
Pooh. I like
Poo or poop?
this Pooh up.
Pooh. P-O-O-H. Pooh.
Like Puka Williams?
Paul. Yes. Cool ass nickname. Plus, he was on my buddy Jim, who will be at the Midwest event, Jim Wickens, who the draft professor and all that stuff. He was on their show recently. So shout out to those guys having him on. That's pretty cool.
Ooh. You like Aeneas Peebles too, don't
I
you?
do, but we got Walker and Nolan.
I know we do.
So
I
even
know.
roster-wise, but yes, I'd have a giant fucking boner for Aeneas Peebles on this football team. I love him. So what are you guys thinking? Dusty, any other positions you want to see? I'm pretty set on linebacker right here because I'm a big Pooh Paul fan.
I mean,
I get what
the
Robert
thing
in
with
the chat's
Bengals is,
saying, but sorry,
do
Dusty, go ahead.
we don't really have a number 1 linebacker in my opinion, or not linebacker, sorry, cornerback. Like, we hope CTB takes that step and takes that role in. And they're young, but man, Jacob Parrish to me, I really like the guy. So I would go with Parrish. Also, I haven't watched Chris Paul Jr. too much to know he might be the better pick, but from what I've seen with Jacob Parrish, I like him. That'd be my pick.
Hold on,
which is
real
fair.
quick, 'cause
I'm a
Wade
big
wanted to
fan
see
of them, too.
Wade wanted to see the kickers. We do have Ben Sauls there.
Alex
I think-
McPherson, there we go.
Well, they've got Dominic Zavada listed. I think he went back to Michigan, and I wish he wouldn't have because that motherfucker was kicking our ass in that game last
Yeah.
year. He's a really good kicker.
Might as well look at punter. There you go, just in case. And long
Hey,
because they only gave
Notre
Cal
Dame
Midas
actually-
1 more year.
All right, so who you guys taking? Dusty is
I
on board with
personally would
Parrish.
take-
I'm with Chris Paul.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg, and then I'll give mine. And
Hey,
Dale
Chris
can wrap
Paul
up.
was a favorite NBA player of mine, so let's add a Chris Paul on the Bengals.
You had me sold at Pooh.
All right. Pooh Paul on the board because that's at least 3 of us. And Iceman, I know, is doing a lot of other stuff, which is all
Come on,
good.
Ollie Gordon, be there.
You know
be
that
there,
he's
be
into
there,
Pooh.
Be there, take it.
Ollie Gordon off the board hurts Dusty.
Oh, Peebles is off too. But come on, Pegasus. Oh.
I'm an RJ Harvey kind of guy. I think he's probably 4th round. Gone. Shouldn't have mentioned him.
Don't say anything.
Go to running
Your
back real
child is
quick.
still there? Oh, man.
Let's go to running back. Yeah, Fairchild being there, but Fairchild has played left guard. But like I said, you
Martinez
hope
still.
your guards can be versatile. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
give me Martinez.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
That'd be
coming
like-
my pants if Damian Martinez is still on the
Yes.
board in the 6th.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd take him. I consider him in the 4th.
Hey, but tell me about him,
book it.
Dale.
Perfect to pair with Chase Brown.
Why?
So he's the bigger guy. He runs explosive, hits the hole. He's north-south type runner. No bullshit. Short yardage. Was very good at Oregon State, or not Oregon State, Oklahoma State. Oregon State. Yeah, because Oklahoma State is the guy Dusty liked. But short yardage, perfect to pair with Chase Brown. And then it also gives you your third guy there is P. Ryan. So that is a very good running back room. And Martinez is a decent blocker. So on top of the short yardage, decent blocking, Damian Martinez, big daddy, Damian Martinez would have me very excited right here.
Sorry, I'm using my shape weight.
I believe he averaged like 6 yards a carry too.
Yeah.
His average was crazy high. He's a big boy. That's my pick. Easy.
If this was our draft right here, I would be all over this.
I'd feel a lot better about this offseason if this was our draft.
Scott, I hope I answered your question when I was talking about Martinez, because that's really what I'm looking for. He can be an every down back, but also with short yardage, a decent blocker. I mean, I just think you're looking for a damn good football player. And then a 6th round, man, give me Martinez. He's been one of my favorite targets this whole time. Like
I was
him
just
and
making
Tosh
sure
Brooks.
Willie Lampkin wasn't there anymore.
Shit. Is that Holland Pierce still on the board?
Hmm?
Oh, that's swing tackle right there, boys. So he's a 3rd round pick. He's a 3rd round kind of guy for me. That's the 6'8", 340 some bitch. So you want your Marius Mims. That's a big some bitch. Now, listen, I couldn't sit there and blow Damian Martinez. Man, what a tough choice this would be. Because I love Holland Pierce.
Judgment, but I mean, I'd go. Do what you want, Dale. It's
No, I'm still taking Martinez, Greg. I'm just saying Holland Pierce. Holy shit, man. Wow.
Martinez averaged 6.3 yards per carry.
How much?
6.3 yards per carry.
Yeah, that plays.
Man, that is so tough, man, because I'm looking here and I'm like, it's our last pick.
An impact player this year is Damian Martinez. If you get that at 193, boom.
I would love to have pick 193 and 194 right now because I would love to have Pierce. Damn it, Chop. We should have traded and got an extra 6th round pick.
I know. Well, we could have got 3 6th-round picks from Buffalo, remember?
Well,
Let me ask you
I'm saying we should have got the
Minnesota.
3rd and the 6th, and we could have maybe taken both of these guys because, man, I'd love to have Pierce.
Let me say this, and I'm like not disagreeing with you guys, but I'm having trouble here because I know that who we're talking about the running back he's at 157 on this board, and Holland Pierce is at 163. Okay, they're not that far apart, and I understand best available, but what are we doing this season? We got one interior offensive line guy, and we got 2 that we need, and we haven't done anything. We have Chase Brown, we have Samaje P. Ryan, we have Travion Williams. So, but what do we got at interior offensive line? We got Cody Ford and we got Donovan Jackson. And Cordell Volson is a backup. Do we feel better about that than we do about the running back room?
We have an interior O-line on the board because I think Holland Pierce is a tackle. I mean, he's a monster, man. He's got 30.
He's not even inside.
I mean, maybe you could move him in there and just have all these monsters, but Fairchild, Willie Lampkin. So, if you really.
I told you I wanted Willie Lampkin now. I'm going against y'all. Fuck it. Willie Lampkin. Get that little bastard in here.
So it sounds like we're a little all over the place here. Greg, you wanted Martinez. Dusty, you still want Martinez based on all these guys?
Martinez.
So you two want Martinez. I said Martinez, but man, I could easily be talked into. Sorry, Chop. As much as I love Willie Lampkin, I think maybe I could still get him as an undrafted guy. I just don't, because I don't know how teams feel.
Sure.
I love Holland
Fairchild
Pierce.
would be interesting.
You love who?
I love Holland Pierce, man.
No,
because we know, like, what did we deal with last year? Injuries. And
that's true.
I don't want Cody Ford having to come in and be one of my tackles.
Okay, if you want to go Pierce, that's fine.
But I wanted the chat because I know they were excited about Martinez too. And I would also be excited about Martinez. But with this loaded class, who else was still on the board at running back? Because this might sway me because, yes, it's 6th round. Yeah, there's still a whole nother round in real life. But if you look at what's on the board, Rashard Smith, he's not the bigger guy, but shifty would improve your return game. Rocket Raheem Sanders there is another big dude that can scoot. He was very impressive at the combine. Marcus Yarn, small school, Delaware, can absolutely fly on the football field. Hunter, very productive for Auburn. Jaquavius Marks from USC, probably the best pass-catching running back in this class. LaQuint Allen. Woo! I love me some LaQuint Allen. I got like a 4th, 5th round grade on him. The guy can pass block. The guy is also in the conversation with Marks as the best receiving running back in this class. Kalel Mullings, big dude. Corey Kiner, Cincinnati. Phil Maffa, another big guy from Clemson. Basically, as I went through all those names, and I wanted to mention them all for a reason, I think I could get a guy as an undrafted free agent with what's on this board. That sways me to pick Holland Pierce. Personally, but if more people want Martinez, we'll go that route. Jeff,
we're
back.
all over
What's
the
your
place,
thought?
so we could use some help from the chat, to be honest.
For sure.
Well,
Last pick.
You said Corey Connor. That got me excited.
I know it did.
Bearcat fan.
Well, Damian Martinez, short yardage stud. That's kind of the guy we were pegging at running back. But Holland Pierce is 6'8", 340 offensive tackle. He's like Amarius Mims. And he's got good body weight too, like Mims. So I just think having him as a swing tackle is the route awesome. I would personally go. Right, so my pick is Pierce.
You sold me on him.
So we got 2 Martinez, 2 Pierce.
You sold me on
Chop,
him.
what do you think?
Who are you saying as far as what about Dylan Fairchild? Tell me about him.
He's played left guard with Ratledge at the right. So last year he had to come in. He wasn't a starter going into the season for Georgia. Ended up starting most of the season, though, for Georgia when they had to move some guys around. And then this year he had another really good season. He's a very good pass blocker, maybe not the biggest guy. I think he's worthy of, a 4th round pick probably, and we're in the 6th round. I like him, but with already having Jackson at left guard, I'm going to just pray that in this draft we would have picked up Will Hernandez, Brandon Scherf, Mekhi Becton, and we'd already have our right guard in place for this season.
Right.
And I know it's not the case, and that's not how we started it, but I'm changing the rules because, as Crip said earlier, when does Dell ever not do what the fuck he wants?
Right.
Well, I like Becton. That's the guy. I don't know. I'm kind of switching here. We might sign him.
Who?
I think we should reevaluate Becton because he's 20, not even 26 years old.
Well, I just got off the phone with Jesse James, and he kind of swayed me a little bit. So he's coming. I think he's coming on the show again today.
He's not been the best pass blocker. Like his PFF grade was like 60 for Becton as a pass blocker, but he's a stud run defender, and it was his first year playing guard.
And out of the ones that are left, you got Tevin Jenkins, who's injured. You injures a lot. You got
Well, and you know what else I like about Mekhi Becton? He's played both tackle spots.
Wait a minute. Why are we talking about Mekhi Becton? Is he coming?
Just because we were talking about right guard. We already had
I thought maybe there was something he was coming in again for a visit or something.
But let me tell you, okay, maybe we get Mekhi Becton. Guess what he is? Big son of a bitch.
Yeah. He's a road grader for the run game.
And we got Mims and Orlando Brown, who are big son of a bitches. And guess what? Come on, guys. Chop, come with me here. Let's draft Holland Pierce, and let's get another big son of a bitch.
I trust your judgment. Go for it.
I already
get
one
one in
and
the
two.
free agency.
I just found out something why Becton didn't come to the Bengals last year, which I don't know if you guys. I didn't know this.
Why?
Because he wanted assurances that he would start, and he was coming in here thinking he'd start at right tackle, and the Bengals couldn't assure him of that because they were going to draft Mims. So it was the Eagles.
He should respect that.
Yeah,
He'll
and
fucking start now.
right. So he went to the Eagles. They're like, we're actually looking for a guard, and they're going to pay him the same money. He's like, all right. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they could. I don't even know if they're talking to him. I'm just going about what. Jesse just told me.
He was the one, Jeff, that Kelsey Conway said there wasn't any interest at this time by either
Right.
side.
Oh,
But at that time, might have meant,
that
hey,
time.
we're all in on Jenkins, and now he's visiting the Seahawks.
Right. And the thing is, out of the guys that are left, you got Sheriff who's older, and you got Tevin Jenkins, who I've been on this whole time, but he is injury prone. Becton had a great year, can play, and like you just said, he can play tackle and start at guard. I'm like, I'm kind of switching. I'm kind of switching here. I want to go get Becton. Hey, I know we're talking draft, but I'm still in free agency mode. I'm still like, we got to get a guard.
Yeah, we got you, Martin. We're going to keep going with this.
Well, that's the thing too. Is I asked Jesse. I said, do you think since this contracts look like they're getting done, that this is going to open up free agency for the Bengals? He said yes. I said, all right. Then who do you think? And he poo-pooed both on Jenkins and Sheriff. I said, well, who? He said his thought was Becton. So we'll see. But he's coming. He might be coming on the show later on today. So
that'll be cool, man. I thought your show
more
yesterday was very informative to me personally.
I just called him. I'm like, dude, you want to come? I'm like, I hate bugging people keep asking him, but I'm like, this is contract stuff. You know what you're talking about? He's
the
like,
talk between him and Santori, man, was very
awesome.
educational.
Oh yeah, I sat there and just listened to him. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was in and out of here. Like I was like, man, I feel useless here, Jeff. I texted Jeff and said that. Like,
no, you got in toward the.
It wasn't draft. Dale is expert at the draft talk. He's not the math guy.
I'm definitely not the salary cap guy.
No, I am not either.
There's a lot to it, and I fully admit that. I try to understand, the basic stuff that I can, but other than that, man, I leave that to all these other guys.
By the way, you guys killed it in this draft. That looks awesome. This draft looks great.
Yeah, so we'll recap it for everybody to end this one. Walter Nolan, man, I'd be so excited to add a guy like that because he's a very good run defender. Stop percentage of almost 11% as a run defender, which is one of the highest in all of college football last year, along with a guy called Mason Graham, who's very good as well. So Walter Nolan, and also had 6.5 sacks last season. So I'm pairing him with BJ Hill and the TJ Slayton, the big boy. And I'm saying, all right, man, I feel much better about this defensive tackle group if I added Walter Nolan. And another reason you're going to feel better is not our second pick, but our third pick. We said, screw it. We're gonna roll the dice on Deion Walker. The pad level is a concern. But, man, another big son bitch.
Big son of a bitch!
This man is 6'6", 330. He is an absolute monster. And apparently he played all last season with a broken back, and he played through it. If that's not a dog, I don't know what is. So having those two big-ass defensive tackles, TJ Slayton, man, what a stacked D tackle room. And at guard, we added, at pick 49, to go back to the second round, we added Donovan Jackson from the Ohio State University. And Donovan Jackson had to play left tackle for them late in the season. And boy, he played it like a fucking stud, helping them win a national championship this season. Donovan Jackson, though, is probably still best and played most of his time at Ohio State as a left guard. Like a 4-year starter at Ohio State. Absolute stud. Plug and play day one. He's your starter. You feel good about protecting Joe Burrow with a guy like Donovan Jackson.
Yep.
In round 3, because we actually traded down to pick 23 from 17 and still got Walter Nolan. Yeah, we just won the draft with that move, boys.
That's right.
Picked up an extra third round, and with that third round pick, we take the undersized edge, pass rushing stud, good run defender, even though he's undersized, Josiah Stewart. Absolute dog.
Hell yeah.
Kevin Winston Jr. from Penn State, safety. I thought he could have been one of the top safeties in this draft class before getting injured early in the season at Penn State. The talent's still there. He's healthy again. Let's go, baby. You get a guy like this in the 4th round. We're talking this guy might replace Geno Stone this season. He's got that much potential. And even if he doesn't and Geno Stone plays well, he's 1 year left on his contract. I feel good about my future with a combination of a Kevin Winston Jr. and Jordan Battle starting at safety. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do this. I mean, come on.
Then we turn around. We turn around the next round, and we get a guy named Chris Paul Jr. No relation to the NBA player, but guess what? He's got a cool nickname. His nickname is Pooh.
Pooh Paul.
Pooh Paul. And he is a hell of a linebacker, great range, great coverage. He's going to move around. He's going to go out there. He's going to allow Logan Wilson to play much better because he ain't got to worry about Jermaine Pratt's slow ass missing tackles and all this shit. Chris Paul's going to go out there and get the job done at linebacker.
Pratt's coming to Portsmouth now.
Yeah, he probably is actually. Sorry,
Right.
blood.
He's gonna play for the Spartans.
No, he's gonna come get Dale.
And then with our last pick, we're in this world we added Mekhi Becton too, because what is he, Jeff? Mekhi Becton's a
big son of a bitch.
So with our last pick, we already got Orlando Brown, Mekhi Becton, Amarius Mims, who are all big fellas. Guess what we got here? We got a swing tackle, and his name's Helen Pierce from Rutgers. Absolute stud, long arms. Another guy, it's like 6'8", 340, absolute monster, 35, 36-inch arms, just an absolute monster to get in here and play and be our swing tackle. A goal line package. Good luck on a goal line package with this. What is he, Jeff?
One big son of a bitch.
So we got all the big son of bitches, guys. And a hell of a draft. I hope you guys think it's good because I would be ecstatic.
We're going to win Lombardi, boys. Let's go.
And Crip, with this draft, I would like BJ Hill more because guess what? He's going to have a nice rotation. He's going to be like when he had Larry O here. He's going to have a phenomenal season. Big BJ Hill fan, Crip Keeper. Stop saying I hate him. I love him. But we did take 2 D tackles that could replace him. So.
I always like to see who our rivals pick, too. And so I'm glad to see Abdul Carter go to Tennessee.
Yeah, so no quarterback in round
Abdul
1.
Carter with
I don't love Cam Ward in Cleveland. I'm going to be honest with you. Ooh. And it had Shador going 3 to the Giants, 4 Will Campbell. We'll just read the top 5. We don't have to do them all.
Who's going to Cleveland? They're taking a damn quarterback.
Will Campbell probably plays left tackle there, but he can also play guard. A lot of people think that's his best spot. And then the Jags, that's a popular pick. Mason Graham, big Mason Graham guy. Genty goes to the Raiders. We'll mention that one. Toss that one in. That's it. Jenny going to the 6th. So anybody that's like, oh, was Genty on the board? Because people love them some Ashton Genty. He was not going at 6, and we actually talked about that. That could easily be a fit there too with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I'm going to jump off here because I'm going to
sir. Thank you for your time, brother. And I
appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, sweetie.
Iceman 5:30, boys. Check him out.
Greg, you got to take your shirt off with barbecue sauce on again because it worked.
Hey,
make sure you get there right
at
5:30 so you don't miss any of those
Greg later.
Yes.
Sorry, Chop. What were you saying, Chop?
I was just saying, make sure you get there right at 5:30 so you don't miss those advertisers.
Yes, exactly.
Go ahead, Dale.
No, I was just saying, Greg maybe could get the trade done if he, when he rubs the barbecue sauce next time. Maybe that deal. You don't have to do it now.
You got to do it on your show.
So you're at the event. No, if a big free agent signing happens at the event tomorrow, or
I don't think Tim and Nicole would like that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
don't. The show, I will take my shirt off.
I'm bringing my kids, bro.
I don't think Tim and Nicole wants you to rip your shirt off in public. That's just.
No, I'd probably get kicked out. I can't afford that.
Hey, look.
Kicked out of Midwest and banned.
Her daughter Mia would be like, "Cut him off, Dad. Cut him off."
I'll do it out in the parking lot.
All right, is Iceman out of here? I'll remove him. Love you, brother. Everybody tune in to the Iceman show at 5:30.
But come on, guys. It's close. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Dusty's letting the dog out.
Yeah, he was. I didn't know if he was back.
I'm back. I've been back.
Back.
All right, Dusty. We'll let you out of here. Plug your stuff. Tell the people where they can find you, and your thoughts on free agency. A couple minutes of it too, because we got you in here late and we already had the thing going.
Well, a couple minutes probably will not be enough time for you to complain about this.
I know that's with us in, and it's not. We're gonna have to have you back on again, and maybe it won't be as bad as it would have been today if they can actually get their head out of their ass, right?
Dusty, did you see that Bengal emoji that I made for the free agency that I've been putting on Twitter?
Yeah.
Perfect, right?
It's great.
Dusty, a little bit of good news is happening. Looks like T and Jamar are going to get extended.
See, I think for me, the whole thing is you wish this stuff would be done. They'd be proactive. They would get these deals done ahead of time. Like, somebody's good, sign them. If you draft T. Higgins, and I've been saying this for years now. I think a lot of people have said it, but if you remember, T was kind of like, some people are like, you got Jamar, you don't have to worry about it. But the offense looks totally different without T. I've been on the T train for a hot minute, wanting us, he's good, just signing. Back when Michael Pittman got signed, we talked about that. And then we didn't retain Jesse Bates, and it became the same thing. Like, didn't retain Bates, that money's going to T, doesn't go to T. Orlando Brown comes to town only because Orlando wanted to come here to play with Joe. Or I don't know his reason. I'm just saying what I imagine it being.
Yeah, it seems like he kind of said that, I think.
Real quick, 3:30 for Chris Crowley. Go ahead.
Live show. And I do want to tell everybody, once again, it's our first time doing a live show and trying to stream it.
Shit show.
So I do apologize if you can't hear us well or something like that. I just apologize in advance. I don't know. I hope you can.
You can hear us better live if you want to stop down.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dusty.
So, yeah, like, you would like to see them just be proactive, not reactive. If they're so tied up on saving money, the earlier you get deals done, the more it's going to save you. So get the deals done. Don't let this like distraction keep playing out. And then you have Duke Tobin say, they don't want to pay for the same team they had last year, but yet really they're paying for the same thing. Now I think TJ Slater, what's his name? TJ Slaton.
Yep. Yeah, you had it right the first time, Slaton.
Seems like a good, good run defender.
It depends on who you ask, right?
Yeah,
PFF or ESPN.
All in all, like, it's a good piece for the money to get in there.
Check on my dog real quick.
So I'm happy with that, but it's a weird like cycle the Bengals do, because you're waiting for them to make a move. Now that if they sign T and Jamar and they get that done, you're still kind of Trey's still out in the air. He's the best. He's our best defender, and like, why not just get these things done? And Trey, Blackout Trey, dude. So Trey, his agent kind of screwed him last year, right? Like,
yeah,
it's not exactly on the Bengals, but how about we just keep people happy and just let's have a good, solid, functioning relationship through the locker room and get the deals done, move forward, focus on free agency, because they didn't have to spend that much money. I really don't think the Bengals were that far off. They were, what were they, 9-8 last year? They had a real slow start, but the guys kept fighting. Lou kind of tweaked the defense, dumb it down, if you want to call it that. But whatever, he tweaked the defense. They started playing better. I think we have young guys there. The defense had a lot of injuries. I like bringing Joseph Osai back. I think that was really good. I think we have not seen Joseph Osai's best years yet, and I would have preferred a 2 to 3 year extension for Joseph Osai.
Yeah, I don't think Malagetta wanted to do that, because I think he feels like, like we're saying, we think he could break out. But I'm with you. I wish we could have. Yeah,
like even if you add 3 years, $9 million, put it around $27 million for 3 years. Now maybe Malagetta didn't want that because he thinks his guy's going to be healthy. He's going to have a year that he shows out at a reasonable price, and then he's going to make himself a bag. But I'm glad to have him back. Cam Sample was definitely missed. The defense had a lot of injuries last year, I guess is where I'm getting at. And they could be good. There's potential there, but there's still multiple concerns. And you would just like to see us get our guys done, not have to worry about the people we already have in the building staying, and be able to bring in a few free agents. Like, I don't know, Zeitler. I think if they just retained our guys already, had that done, brought in Zeitler, Brandon Sheriff, however you say his name.
Hey, Sheriff.
Like,
don't
you
matter,
bring
he
a
ain't
couple
gonna play here.
Yeah, you bring a couple of those guys in, and you feel really good about the team. And then TJ Slaton, and none of those were really expensive. You didn't spend that much money. So why not have got those deals done and then been able to pick out your 3 solid free agents and then move into the draft feeling really good, especially if you have a draft like we just did on here. If you have that draft class, you're feeling really good about the 2025 season and not having
a hell of a lot better than we have this week
without spending a whole lot of now. Granted, yes, T, Trey, and Jamar, those are going to be expensive contracts. But if you would have had them done when you should have, they wouldn't have been as bad. Like, if you would have had Bates done a few years ago when you should have, that deal wouldn't have been that bad. And the team looks totally different, and you're feeling really, really good. I guess that's where, even though, the T and Jamar thing came out and it said that they're getting close, that should have been done, man. Like, you're telling me two of your top 5 players, or 3 of your top 5 players on this team, you're not worried about retaining? It's just crazy business. I don't know what the Bengals front office does or thinks, but after 34 years of watching them, you see the same things over and over, and it's a trend, and it gets old.
They tricked us.
Dusty, I appreciate you coming on, brother. I'm sorry I didn't have more time to talk about everything, but we'll try to do another one with you soon. Maybe we'll feel even better. Maybe they do wake up. Maybe this money will help them, like we said, get a guard, because we need at least one. We still do, before we go into the draft, in my opinion. But tell the people where to find you. I'll let you out of here. There's a couple things I want to talk about Project Game Day related before I get off here after that.
Right on. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me back on, guys. I think, I don't even know. My Twitter's that Bengals fan Dusty, Bengals Army, whatever. We do podcasts once every 2 months. It's normally fun, but yeah, other than that, social media is crazy. It's fun. If you guys want to follow me, go ahead. But appreciate you guys. It's always fun talking.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
Appreciate
Have
you,
a good
Dusty.
one. All right, fellas. Well, we do have our Midwest live show tomorrow. Once again, 3:30 is when we're going to try to be streaming on here and in person there at Midwest Live. We'll see how it goes once again. But we will be doing a ticket giveaway. Travis talking about Tevin Jenkins. I don't know, Travis, on your question there about Jenkins. If he signed for like 3 years, $30 million, so 10 per average annual value, I'd probably be upset that we didn't get him done. So something like that probably. And yeah, I could see 5 years, Robert, on a deal for Uno. I hope it is, right? I hope it's not like 3 and we got to do this again.
Well, wouldn't that make him the highest paid if you matched 40 and then did 5 instead of 4, right?
Andre Peralta, this is how he mapped it out though. Would you guys do these 2 deals? So like, how bad would this be? Prediction: Chase, 4 years, 160, 111 million guaranteed. Higgins, 3 years, 85.5, 56 million guaranteed.
Sure, not my money.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think Chase does that one.
I mean, I could sell my house, but we'll see.
I mean, that doesn't make Chase the highest paid player that's not a quarterback in the NFL.
Well, another report out I heard it could be at 41 also, just above Myles Garrett.
Well, I wanted to go back to the thing. So we'll be giving away 2 tickets as part of that too. Some of Darce Chains at the event for the people that are there. 2 tickets for the Project Game Day draft event is what we'll be giving away. So that event is on April 25th, Friday, April 25th at the Folling warehouse in Cincinnati. So that should be a great time. I think like 6 to 11-ish is kind of the time frame. So 6 is when it starts, and then see kind of how the draft, what time that ends mainly. But it's like 6 to 11 is the plan. Plan times, I believe. But I also wanted to mention another one. So once again, Travis, thank you for your donations. And there will also be a giveaway through Project Game Day as well. And he's got a couple tickets that he don't know if he's going, so there may even be another giveaway for that. And I also wanted to mention it's Mr. Meow on Twitter. And so he just donated for 4 more tickets that I think Project Game Day will be giving away at some time. So make sure you follow that account. And it's a Perfectly Imperfect Pet Rescue, because I know he does a lot of stuff with cats and all kinds of animals, but a lot of cats especially. So that is very generous of Perfectly Imperfect Pet Rescue. So shout out to them, Mr. Meow on Twitter. 4 more tickets that he's doing instead do them as a giveaway, or 4 deserving, whatever Project Game Day, the rest of the guys decide there with those. But I wanted to shout him out because that is very generous, along with Travis's generosity.
And I just want to shout out Mr. Meow Meow. He is awesome. He helped me out with when our dog and our cat passed away last summer. He's a great dude. So definitely go support them. I was still listening in the background. I heard go support him.
Yeah. Been at the tailgates a lot and stuff too.
Yeah, and he bought 2 of my cat dad shirts on the shop, where I got a heart with the Bengal Tigers in it.
There you go.
Good dude, man. So,
right. I just want to jump back in. I got to say that.
Yeah.
All right, bye, boys.
All right, have a good show, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I got, man. Let's cross the finish line with these deals. And Greg, we might get your dream there that you've talked about for a long time. A dual Chase and Higgin extension press conference.
Like Gino and Dunlap.
Come on, man. Come on.
Is there a possibility that happens at Midwest Best Barbecue, the signing? Well, sure, it's a possibility.
No. If it happens at the signing, if it officially gets announced during the event at 3:30 to whenever, I have to do something drastic. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, I don't know what it'll be, but we got to remember.
I'm gonna have to talk to Tim and Nicole.
We got to remember the health department and everything.
Maybe I'll pull the fire alarm. Who knows? No, I'm kidding.
I don't have any merch. It's all like produced, but like I can.
Yeah, he doesn't have any. It's all on his shop at the Chop Shop 513.
I don't have any.
myshopify.com for anybody looking to get some of the stuff. If you want a Mike Clown shirt, you want to make the Bengals great again.
I should have brought some of those.
Mike Brown's face and Donald Trump's hair. That's quite the shirt, I tell you. Pretty funny.
You'd see those images too, because I've been putting them up on my Twitter account because it's what I can do. I love that new Bengal emoji I made.
Funny thing is, I've never done the dot bot at Midwest Best Barbecue, believe it or not.
Oh, man, you gotta pop your cherry with the dot bot at Midwest.
Right. So that's what'll happen.
Live
if
show.
it officially gets announced, or if it gets, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm the hell of it. I'm going to do it anyway.
With your dick out.
Well, let's not do that. Once again, my kids will be with me.
Oh yeah, no. Not this time, Greg. Keep your dick in your pants, Greg.
I believe Olivia, Aurora's girlfriend, will also be with us. So she was supposed to have a birthday party and a birthday, and then they're like, now I think she's just going with us. And says, she said,
my
screw
family
it. It's like her
coming.
nephew's birthday party, but she would rather go to Midwest Best and watch our live show and eat some Midwest Best barbecue than attend her own nephew's birthday. So shout out Olivia. She's like,
she's a real one, Dale.
Yeah, she's awesome. She also drives.
Lock her up, man.
Like last Sunday, she drove and got me some Pepsi because I didn't feel like going and getting it. So,
that was nice.
Yeah. So I always like when I can just hand my credit card to them and make them go to the store and get stuff.
Well, you don't want to do that, Dale, because we'll spend it on something else too.
Well, I'm always like, yeah, you can get a few things too, whatever.
I was gonna say I wouldn't. That's dangerous. Right
Paul
there,
says
right.
Mike Brown's got a credit score 850. He can go out and get a loan. Boom.
So those are your Uber. That's your Uber. So Olivia's your Uber Eats driver, huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
She comes in clutch, man. Yeah. She brought me a Cardo's pizza, picked that up for me once too, I believe. So yeah, man. I just send her, man. It's like I pay for it, you know.
If she's
pay for it over the phone
and just
will she? Yeah, but will she fly if you buy for that breakfast burrito at that gas station?
Well, I don't know if she's getting up that early for me. I haven't asked her that.
That's but she doesn't charge you fees or anything?
Huh?
No fees or no nothing.
No, man. It's like a free Uber Eats driver, you know. Hey, she gets food. She can eat some of the food, you know. I don't starve the poor girl, even though she is.
I know. But
she is real thin, man. I wish I could be as thin as her, man.
Oh, look at this. Travis is going to come to multiple games this year. That'll be sweet.
Nice, Travis.
Yeah, right. When I don't have my season tickets. Travis hates me. It's confirmed. I have season tickets for 4 years. I've seen Travis at one game. Now he's coming to multiple games this year when I don't have them.
Right.
But I'll always have this.
You'll always have that sticker.
My 12-cent sticker that says streak member of 4 years.
That sticker didn't cost 12 fucking cents. They got them in bulk. Are you kidding me? I've seen those for sale.
Well, Industry says it's $12 sticker, so that's what I say.
Yeah.
Kind of do. But yeah, man, good show. It was completely down in the dumps.
I felt good about the draft.
The Chase and Higgins news, but it was. You guys know I just love talking draft. And if you do want a draft guide, $5 donation to Project Game Day. You can Venmo them. All the details are pinned to my Twitter profile. But it's $5. It's over 350 pages. Prospect reports. There's some PFF charts on there of different positions. There's all my rankings. There's just all kinds of stuff. And I haven't been updating it a ton because I feel pretty good about most of my rankings right now. And usually you guys know I'm just like, I've just been ahead of the game a little bit with this one this year, starting on it so early and the combine's passed now. There's still some pro day stuff I'll try to add, but I'm constantly, trying to update it. Raz scores that come in. Shout out Kent Lee Platt for all he does. Math bomb. But yeah, man, I love the draft, so that helped. And we crushed that draft, boys. We crushed that mock draft.
Dude. Oh, hell yeah.
If we didn't do another goddamn...
I'm fired up. Come on.
if we didn't do another move, which goddamn please do,
We gotta get a guard, man. We still gotta get a guard.
Come
Like,
on,
get,
make this
Except-
get
wait,
me
wait,
a
wait.
starting caliber guard.
We did make a
Guard.
move. We got Micaiah Becton, right? In our draft, we
In
did make a
our
move.
mock draft scenario, in our world, we just
In our
said, screw it. We're getting this.
No insider information.
We're getting
Micaiah
another
Becton's
big son of a bitch.
In our mock draft, we added one guy to our free agency, Micaiah Becton, and then after that, dude, our fucking draft is so sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, Wade. I think they give him a shot, but I tell you what, I'm with you, brother. The season he had in no world, and maybe they bring back the kid from LSU, Chop, the kicker we had at the end of the year. I would.
Yes,
What's his
I
name,
would
Greg?
too.
Cade. Oh,
Okay, yeah. Is it
Cade
Cade
York.
York? Cade York.
Cade
Thanks,
York.
guy. I was blanking on the name.
No,
so
it's okay.
I thought you were
appreciate that.
quizzing Greg. I started to say it, and then I was like, hold
Yeah,
on.
No, I really couldn't think of the name.
Speaking of quizzing, I got some very tough questions.
But
Man, that guy goes
would
around
bring-
and-
But I would bring, to finish that up, Wade's point there with the kicker, I would certainly, at minimum, bring Cade York back or maybe an undrafted free agent because you can, a lot of times, there's going to be some guys for competition for McPherson. He should not be guaranteed anything. And
No.
listen, maybe he rebounds, right? The Steelers guy had a bad year
Yeah.
a couple years ago, and then he was phenomenal last year. So that's
Yes,
it.
he was.
If Money Matt can go out there and get his shit together this year and wins the job, then cool. And he better perform on the field because, listen, if you don't, kickers, man, it's a rough life. You don't
That's right.
perform, you're out of there. And I know they paid him, but I think they can get out of it if they really
Mhm.
wanted to most years.
McMisson.
Yeah. All right, guys, man. You guys are awesome for tuning in with us. Appreciate you. You always keep the chat moving. You keep us on our toes. You cheer us up. So, along with Greg, taking a shirt off and
Thank you, Greg. We need
rubbing
Hey, it happened.
barbecue
It's
sauce.
working.
And then all of a sudden, Rappaport says the Bengals have made significant progress with Jamar Chase and Tiggins because this man took a shirt off and rubbed Midwest Best barbecue sauce
No.
all over his body like a complete
Tim
maniac.
Nicole, let me do it tomorrow. You see it working. Just make one exception.
Don't let him.
Tim and Nicole, don't let him do it tomorrow.
Do not let him do this.
No.
Nicole. In no world
Cut him
is
out.
this.
Cut him off.
Is this what
Cut
you
him off.
want associated? Some random person just walks in with their family, and there's Greg over there with the shirt off, rubbing barbecue sauce.
What's going on
himself.
here?
That family is going to turn right around.
Yeah.
They're going to leave bad reviews on Yelp and all those places.
Hey,
You don't want this. And
If it
listen,
was
we
on-
love it for Greg for here, but we love you Midwest Best, so we don't
we
want
do,
that
we
for your
do.
business.
if they were on the west side, maybe, but they're up in fancy ass Loveland. You know, you can't do shit like that up there. That's where Corey Dillon lived, man. That's
Maybe if
the
things
fancy
are going
folk.
bad, Greg will just go out to his vehicle and sit in it and just start. At least it's not
He'll
inside.
be out in the back seat. Just people come in like, "Where's Greg?" In the car, rubbing barbecue sauce. You'll hear Tim like, "Need another bottle of barbecue sauce out of Greg's car."
Yes, I do. He's got a load of barbecue sauce just for me.
Oh,
You know how
Chop,
the
you
Kelsey
could
brothers-
you could probably take a picture. I don't know how that works. Take a picture of Greg when he was rubbing that on his body and put it on a shirt and put "getting saucy."
Yes,
Yes.
getting saucy with
The
it.
sauce, the luck of the
Good.
sauce.
Good comment, Robert, because that's definitely a shirt idea.
Yes.
Barbecue rub down. Good luck. Yep.
At the Chop Shop, 513.myshopify.com for anybody looking to get some of
Is
Chop's
McPherson's
awesome
brother a
t-shirts.
kicker in the college, or is he coming
Yeah,
out? with
Auburn.
something?
He play, Alex McPherson's a kicker at Auburn.
How funny would
I
that
don't
be?
know. I don't know if he's in this draft or if he's still got.
He
some
is. We
years.
saw him in
Is
the
he?
draft thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, let the brothers compete. Hell yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down for
that's-
that.
God, that'd be wild. But yeah, man, and I appreciate everybody. Yeah, hey, Dalton got his guy back. I love Joseph Osai Dalton, but he's a Longhorns fan, so hook him. Glad to see Osai back. And sorry what my Buckeyes had to do to you, Dalton. But wow, what a game, man. Incredible team. And you guys will be right back in that mix. And Arch Manning this year. So you guys should got a good shot, I think, to potentially win it all this year and next, either one or both. Like you guys got a good squad, good coach. But yeah, great show, guys.
Yeah.
Pick
I
me
was
up.
worried about it, but it turned around, man. I really enjoyed it.
Did. It started off bad, boys. I mean, I hit the subtle flex button instead of the intro to start the show. It was shit,
It's
man.
terrible.
It was just awful.
The writing of the ship happened when the barbecue sauce touched nipple.
I'm sorry, Dalton. I had to do it because I'm a homer, and I'm sorry that you have to see this in the background of all the national championships for Ohio State. But I had to add that for Crypt Keeper. So it's no offense to you, Dalton. You're my guy.
Yeah.
But it's mainly Crypt Keeper. He calls me a homer, so I'm just going to lean into it.
That might as well, right?
Yeah, and that's why we also took Donovan Jackson in our mock draft.
I know we didn't get
round.
any LSU guys. I tried for Frazier.
Frazier, I know he's right there.
Actually, to be honest, I just wanted Frazier because he's a good player. I didn't even give a fuck.
No, I don't disagree. I think he could go in the 3rd round, and we had a shot to take him in the 4th, and then he was gone after that. So
I'm not disappointed with our draft, though.
No, but he would have. I love him, man. If we got him, I'd be happy too. You know that. And I think he could play some tackle. I think he's that good. He's got the size for it, athleticism, tested phenomenal at the combine. So Miles Frazier's a favorite of mine too.
I know we're getting off here, but I'm just fucking blowing us right now on that fucking
so
Walter Nolan and Deion Walker in the first 3 picks. Jesus.
Yeah. Did you screenshot it or anything?
Oh, I already did.
Okay.
You did?
Thank you. I did.
You have to post that on X, Greg, and see if the people shred us apart for taking 2D tackles.
No. You're gonna post it on the Bruce account. The luck of the sauce.
All right. Well,
Dale,
you gotta text it to me.
I did.
Oh, he's on it, man. I hadn't even seen it.
I don't know, man. I don't check my file. Wait till after we're done to check.
You can tell, like, Greg's smiling. He's got that bat in his hand. He's so happy. He needed something. Greg needed something. We were even getting negative, Greg, a little bit. You know, he didn't know what to do.
Well, I'll wait. Just hold on. I'll wait.
We need a guard, brother.
Tomorrow? Oh,
Greg, I'm kind of scared right now. Like, he's like, oh, wait. And then he's got a very awkward look on his face. For the podcast listeners, Greg has the most maniacal kind of smile with a baseball bat in his hand.
I know.
I'm a little scared.
I know.
A little bit scared.
Watch out if you're a Presbyterian church.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, like, I know we took 2D tackles and an edge, but I just think we need pass rush bad, and I think we added 3 guys that can do it, and I would love it because I think we got some of the good run defenders, but man, give us some extra pass rush and figure the shit out with Trey next too. If we do,
yeah.
But let's finish this chasing.
Yeah.
Let's not go backwards now. Let's
keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Rise, Dale. Rise.
Wade, I don't think that's happening. Larry O just got busted for PEDs, and he already signed with Buffalo, but he's out for 6 games. Him and Michael Hoke both, for anybody that missed that.
Do you think that voided out his thing? Would that void his thing with Buffalo?
It might. So, maybe he's not wrong. Maybe the Bengals would just say, screw it. We can get him on a low money deal, and he misses 6. I don't know. I haven't seen that, but
I mean, low money deal, he misses 6 weeks. I feel like I'm okay with
Wouldn't that be wild, though, if Larry O gets a good contract voided again, like he did? Remember that when he left?
Yeah, because he was going to come back here, right?
He went to the Bears.
Oh, the Bears, that's right.
And he like 4 years, $40 million, like big money. And he goes to take his physical, and they fell it, so he voided the contract. That's then when he signed with the Steelers.
I'll bet you his contract is voided. I bet you Wade's right, since he.
I wonder if him and Michael Hope both. But or did they officially sign on the dotted line yet, or was it just agreed? I don't know. Have they went? Because we've been announcing our signings because they're just going in and actually.
I would imagine that the physical came before the actual signing. I would just imagine, but
and maybe they have signed him. I don't know. Yeah, so maybe that's not an option, but hey, whatever. But yeah, I know we keep saying we're going to end this, and we've gone 2 damn hours on this sumbitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. And while we're doing they could do it right at 3:30 if they want to announce that the deals are done.
At 1 and 5. That would be fun.
Yeah, because it's March 15th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Announced.
On March 15th.
Yeah, 1 and 5.
At 1 and come on.
Maybe they should announce it at 1:05.
That's what I was thinking when she originally wrote it. They're going to announce Jamar at 1 and T at 5.
I like it. Let's do it. And then we have the show a couple hours later. Yeah. Like, vibes are much higher, And we sign a guard. Let's just get greedy now. Brandon Sheriff, Mekhi Becton, Will Hernandez. Get me one of them boys in here. We need to protect our Prince Joey B. Man, I love y'all.
I love you too.
Appreciate everybody a lot. I love these guys on here. I love America. I love my children. I love rum,
I
but
do not
it
love my
doesn't.
wife's cats.
The rum doesn't love me, and I appreciate you guys.